Okay, Mega Ran. First and foremost, why Nerdcore?
Okay. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna make sure this desktop audio is right. That's that. But it's not. No, I'm gonna check something real quick.
Your footage just left left me happy. Your game's
Actually, if you could give me a couple of checks on the mic, please. I want to check something out.
Mic check!
Yeah. Say some more. Just keep talking.
God damn it.
I'm gonna play around with some stuff real quick. Yep, that's I can't use that signal. Son of a bitch. I want it to, but I can't. That's okay. All right, go ahead.
Mic check. Check the mic, Mike. Check the mic, Mike.
Yeah, the mic's good, bro.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Alright, trying to see. Damn it, if I could only get you to come through with fucking other deal would be perfect. Fuck it. We'll make it work. Okay, so I've beaten Final Fantasy VII. You've beaten Final Fantasy VII. How do you feel about the game?
I too have beaten Final Fantasy VII.
You've beaten the Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. Yes, but
You shouldn't have to lay down, shoot the pose, and just kind of sit back. I'll let
well,
you know
Cloud,
Claudio, let me bring you despair.
let me bring you despair.
Several.
Well, unfortunately, the voice actor who played a Sephiroth in Advent Children, who was that? Do you know?
Oh, the American voice actor? I have no clue. Like, at all.
Because they really should have got that guy.
Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the voice because that volume cut down.
Yeah.
The times I did hear it, it was kind of No, it wasn't amazing.
Who played the? Do you know who played the voice actor in Crisis Core?
I have no clue. That guy sounds pretty good too.
Yeah, they should have got that guy. So basically, the Zack and the Sephiroth that I witnessed in the game, that was not Sephiroth. Nor was that Zack. And I'm a little upset about that. I'm trying to understand the whole time paradox bullshit. Like, should we discuss in detail and give a spoiler before we proceed on? Or, I mean, everyone should have by now beat the fucking game, right? You know what I'm saying? Everyone by now should have beaten the game, right?
Yeah, man. I'm not giving fucking spoiler warnings. Fuck that shit.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways,
I'm not doing that shit. You're watching this and I start talking about something. Spoiler. Fuck y'all.
So the escape, the motorcycle fight, like, I don't know why people were complaining about it. Like, was it just not? There wasn't a lot given. It was very simplified still, right? Is that what people were complaining about?
The ending?
No, the motorcycle fight.
I don't like it at all. I just don't like the minigame.
I mean, I feel it is simplified. I feel like they could have done more to make the game amped up as far as...
I mean, like the boss fight at the end? I don't mind it.
I mean, all of it. The whole thing.
I
hate the fact that in order...
one or period?
What?
The end motorcycle chase or just both of them, period?
All of it. The motorcycle chase.
Chases.
Yeah.
I didn't mind the first one so much because, it was new. It kind of made sense for what they were doing. The second one, I didn't really care for because, I did like having to fight that thing on the ground and dealing with it. But it made sense because it's a thing chasing you. And okay, you're going down this highway, you fight on the fucking highway. I just don't like the motorcycle minigames all that much.
No, and that's what I'm saying. The mechanics of it, it's like they're too simplified. Like, if you're gonna make a remake, you're gonna fucking amp up everything else. Why not fucking amp up that thing? The only thing they really did.
It really isn't not amped up. I mean, you get the ATB meter to use during a battle. You get a long range move. You get a fucking special attack you can use. You can brake and accelerate. Before you just moved. There was nothing else but that and the attack. That was it. And
Yeah, but it still doesn't amount to shit, bro. What do you mean? The ATB meter is garbage anyway because it takes fucking almost 30 seconds to charge up that fucking range attack.
Yeah, it does.
So
or the spinning move.
Yes. So
you
again,
can guard too.
It's still garbage.
Yeah, you can still.
It's still something that they could have improved on, dude. If Kingdom Hearts can add in cutscene, freaking or not cutscene, fucking quick time reaction animations into their shit, why the fuck didn't you do it on the fucking motorcycle fights?
I don't know.
Exactly. That's my point.
I like some of the reaction commands in Kingdom Hearts, but I feel like it's a crutch, especially in part 2. What a lot of the enemies you fight, it's like, oh man, I can just off them real quick with a fucking UTE instead of actually fighting them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I know, but it's there to give more freaking, to climax size.
It's a lot of fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Trust me. Especially ones that didn't just outright kill stuff. The little small, little slinky fucking nobodies.
Yeah.
and all the QTE move is like a dodge, and it looks cool as shit because Sora does that slide and stuff behind him, some ultra instinct type shit. I'm like, yo, that looks cool as fuck.
I mean, but that's my point. The motorcycle scene, I feel like, or the fights and all that shit, I feel like a lot of people didn't receive it well because you didn't fucking really improve anything. You just added a couple new mechanics. That's it.
Yeah.
The only thing you really fucking did great on that thing was the animation. That's it.
Yeah.
All you really did.
Yeah, like me personally though, I didn't really.
Like really, I would have like just taken them to just spend some more time and do a CGI fucking scene like you did on Advent Children, and just give me that, like the whole fucking raw fight and everything. Like I don't need the whole minigame.
And then just not play the scene.
Yeah, I mean, if you weren't really gonna improve on the actual minigame itself, then should just done a CGI from it.
I personally didn't feel the need to have two fucking minigames. Like, either take the one out at the end and make it, like you said, like a cutscene, or the one early on and make it a cutscene. And then, like, instead of you fighting either the boss at the end or the soldier guy, then on the highway, you fight them in a boss fight. Like, you end up having to fight the dude, the soldier, at the fucking warehouse, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, just do a cutscene with you doing some all this crazy shit, and then you leave him behind, and then he shows back up at the warehouse, and then you have to fight in a boss fight. Or, conversely, at the end, like you said, do the cutscene, and then you disable the thing, and then it's still able to attack you, and then you fight it as a boss at the end of the highway, like in the original, and then the whole thing with Sephiroth happens. But I don't want to dwell on the fucking motorcycle shit too much, because I didn't really care for it.
I know. My point though is that they could have made that better.
Yeah.
They got lazy on that shit.
I didn't really enjoy it much in the original. It was just there, and you only have to do it once, unless you go to Golden Saucer and play the minigame for points, which I don't. I'm not a big fan of the motorcycle minigame either way, and I didn't really care to see it again. So I was just like, I'm just gonna get this done and be done with it. And hell, I could argue they knew it was fucking annoying because once you beat the game, you get the option to skip it. When you play through chapters like the game, it's like you don't even have to play it anymore. So it's like, somebody knew that this shit wasn't that hot.
Yeah.
So there you go, there. But the ending, the time paradox stuff, not even a time paradox, these old alternate timelines they're playing with. I'm kind of wondering what direction they're going to go, because you see during the game that you have the little ghost deals that are explain to you that it's the planet's will. They're fate.
Yeah.
So things that are meant to happen, they steer the fucking way to that.
The flow of the live stream.
Right. And it's like, alright, so these things are supposed to make it so the stuff that's supposed to happen in the game, because the game's already been done, that timeline exists. So every successive timeline, quote unquote, has to be the same, right? So it's like, okay, Barrett's not supposed to die in fucking Shinra Tower.
Yeah.
Shot. Alright, the fucking ghost kills him. And they're like, hey, you're not supposed to die, right, buddy? They have to keep that correct. Cloud doesn't get to finish off Rufus, even though he had a chance to. One of the fucking things gets in his way real quick, and then Rufus gets away. Like, oh, that's not supposed to happen. There's constant little stuff like that.
That was an interesting boss fight, because like I couldn't hit him at all. Like I literally had to wait till my ATB meter charged up, or I unlocked my limit break.
Yeah. So
that was a very.
Did you use assess on him in that fight?
What?
Assess. Libra.
Yes.
Sense.
Oh wait, no, I didn't have it equipped. That's why.
Okay, so when you check
which I think that's dumb sometimes. The whole assess thing. I think that's garbage.
When you check the info on him,
yeah.
It says that if you hit him with a certain move when he's not on guard, he'll stagger. He doesn't have a normal stagger meter. That move is focus thrust. So you have to catch him when he's off guard, hit him with focus thrust, and then you can attack him like normal. So most of that fight is you blocking him, unless you're going after the dog. The dog is a free game. But once you kill the dog, it's just like, okay, now you have to do the waiting game. And thankfully, like for me, for instance, I had that one material where if you block,
you build your ATB faster.
And I had that on. And then I had the accessory where when you use ATB gauge, it fills your limit meter.
Yeah.
I had that equipped on top at that point in Shima Tower. So for me, the fight, it wasn't easy, but once I kind of figured out what I could use on him, it was like, okay, now I can kind of spam focus thrust, build my limit, use Clim Hazard.
No, I just played the waiting game. I was like, I could do this all day. I pulled a Captain America on him.
That is America's ass.
America's ass.
Oh, that's so good. Alrighty.
What?
But yeah.
Okay. So all the ghosty thingies collide together, building up that big ghosty thingy, and that big ghosty thingy turned into 3 small ghosty thingies that had certain elements.
Now I think those, since that's supposed to be a different realm, or as Sephiroth said, the end of creation, I think those are ones he's in control of. That's not like, it's like a different dimension, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to fight those, because he's obviously trying to summon Meteor now. It's like, whoa, that's not supposed to happen yet, buddy.
Yeah, but the thing is, these ghosty things are supposed to keep things from happening until it's given moment.
Yeah.
So how is he controlling these ghosty things that are literally affecting the flow
Because he's
of
in
time?
another dimension. That's why you go through that portal. It's not the same world. There's the ones that
So he already controls the world, is basically what like.
And that's where it kind of
There is nothing that's explained. That's my fucking problem. Nothing is explained. I just have to take it.
You like go into the portal and it's like, well, nothing's different over here. But they, Eris is explaining to you that, oh, we go on the other side of this. It's another place. It's like a parallel dimension that exists, and Sephiroth controls things there because he's not really alive. Just like, you see in average children, he's able to manifest himself in things that have Genova cells. And, he's been possessing all those, the number guys, the fucking clone and shit. So he's constantly doing that. He keeps trying to
So is that what those guys are? They are basically clones of him, right?
They're failed experiments. They kind of explained it in the original. All those guys with the number tattoos are failed experiments to insert Genova cells in other people. And expose them to they're trying to basically make another Sephiroth.
Yeah.
As we know, Sephiroth was born from an actual person. They're like, okay, we don't have time to do that. We're trying to take an adult, get Genova cells, which we use to make Sephiroth, and also expose them to makeup and make a Sephiroth ready to go. And those are all the failed experiments.
Well, hold on. I thought Sephiroth was made by...
He wasn't made by Dojo.
No.
Made by Professor Gast, I believe. Yes.
I thought Sephiroth was technically a Cetra.
No. His mother is a normal woman, but she gets pregnant. She agrees to the experiment. They insert the Genova cells into Sephiroth while he is being formed in the womb. So technically he is, because Genova's cells are part of his DNA, and Genova is this calamity, and she's part of the Cetra, and blah, 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 blah. But he's not, because he's not really related to anyone that is part of the Cetra, or the ancients, Eris is.
Yeah.
So, they do this experiment on these guys, and they've already taken something from average children, because, in average children, Sephiroth was able to manifest himself into these Genova clones.
Yes. And they did take the cloning thing with the original.
So, in the original, you see it a few times where he does that, where he'll, possess someone else's body, and he'll manifest there. And then, he'll leave the body, and then you'll see, a hooded guy there, and he'll fall down dead. Because, those guys are constantly racked in pain and all this other shit. So, there's that.
So does that mean when Cloud fought him the first time, that was his actual physical form?
Yes, when Cloud kills him, he kills
At the Mako reactor.
He
Or the
kills,
Mako thingy
Yeah.
at
Nameline, yeah. He
So
actually kills the real Sephiroth.
Mm.
That is true. That is the one thing of Cloud's memories that's not false. The difference is, like, when Cloud tells the story in Calm, he's telling it from Zack's perspective, where Zack fought him, and then he's like, I have a blank. I don't remember what happened. Somehow I survived the battle, and Sephiroth was dead. The reason is because he's remembering Zack's memories, and Zack did indeed black out because he got knocked the fuck out. And somehow Cloud doesn't remember the fact that he fucking stabbed Sephiroth. Well, he didn't stab Sephiroth. He got stabbed, and then threw Sephiroth into the fucking Mako reactor, killing him. Because his memories get overridden. But then you get to see it later. But that is true. He killed him. It was a fluke, but he killed him.
Okay. Well, see, in the anime, it proclaims that Cloud is special to a degree, and this was with him without no Mako.
Mako infusion.
Yeah.
I mean, he is, because he doesn't go completely fucking crazy like the rest of the experiments do.
Yeah.
Or transform into a monster, because I mean, they've done this to hundreds of people.
Yeah, because Genesis from Crisis Core, he was changing, and Jill was changing. So it's to say that even Zack himself was going to be changing too.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe. I don't know. The experiment does get performed on Zack, but he survives until he gets killed. But he seemed normal. Unlike Cloud, who was in a fucking coma, or was basically brain dead for however long, and then finally wakes up, and he can't remember his mind. His mind's all jumbled up, but he is alive and he survives. I mean, you know, he takes to the whole Mako fucking infusion, so he basically can mimic what soldiers can do, even though he isn't one, and hasn't been trained as one. He was just, you know, just regular public security.
Yeah.
So he's part of the military, but not really. He's just not one of the high ranking officers. He's a normal grunt.
Now the thing is, okay, so whenever you do beat that ghost thing, right?
Yeah.
And they start retaining the memories of the other timeline.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Some of those scenes are actually almost all of those scenes are from Advent Children.
Yeah. From Advent Children, from Crisis Core, from
yeah. So that was kind of like.
And then some are redone too.
Yeah. Some of them are redone
from the original.
But I thought that was cool. I was like, oh, they're taking stuff from Advent Children and redoing some other scenes and shit. And okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I saw the one. I was like, oh, that's probably from Crisis Core. I don't know. I haven't seen that one before. There's another one right at the end with Zack and Cloud. And you don't know if Aerith and Cloud see it or not. Well, Cloud doesn't see it, he walks right through it, but you don't know if Aerith sees it. She doesn't really respond.
I'm pretty sure she did.
I feel like she did.
Yeah.
There was a theory I saw on a video, and there's a lot of theories, and there's one dude I watch, Maximilian Dude. He was on a podcast with, I forgot what podcast he was on. I'd have to look it back up. But he basically put out that both Sephiroth and Aerith are from the original timeline. So they know everything that's going on. Sephiroth is kind of obvious that he knows a lot more than he lets on, the way he's acting. You know? Because he acts completely different from the original timeline.
Hello, Cloud.
Yeah, you know, even the whole 7 seconds thing, that's like a whole... That can be a whole fucking foreshadowing to what happens with Aerith in the future. Like, 7 seconds to change something. He doesn't say what. He's like, what were you doing that time? Because Cloud does show up there as Aerith is dying. It could be a reference to right then and there when he knocked the sword away. You got 7 seconds to get your sword and try to beat me. You know, what are you going to do with that? Obviously, nothing happened in that scene, but... You know, that's one of those kind of theory things. He theorized that Aerith kind of knew what was going on on because she just knows so much information when she reveals stuff to you. Whereas in the original, she really didn't know that much. Like, she kind of knows about the ancients, but you find out most of that information from Bugenhagen. Right? So, it's like, okay, this is Aerith from before. She's come from the live stream to stop Sephiroth from playing with this timeline and doing whatever he wants. Because he's trying to change things. And that's why, like, when we talked about this before, that's why he keeps trying to do stuff to prevent things from happening. He tries to prevent Cloud from meeting Aerith by fucking with his mind in the alleyway. And that way Aerith will just keep on walking and leave. And when he gets to that part of the fucking street, she won't be there. He tries to fucking do little stuff here and there to change things. And, of course, the planet itself and fate, these ghosts, are like, no. And that's why they keep interrupting. They stop Aerith from fucking leaving the fucking street so Cloud can meet her. At 7th Heaven, the ghosts attack 7th Heaven after they kick Cloud off the team, which is not supposed to happen. They fucking attack 7th Heaven, so Jesse gets injured. So Cloud is forced to fucking join the team and go to this next reactor mission. They fucking surround Shinra Tower, so they can't send a ton of people after Cloud in the group when they get away. Just only those first few guys go after him, that's it. They stop Cloud from finishing off Rufus. There's just a ton of little stuff that keeps happening.
Yeah, you finish off Rufus, they're not able to fight Yazoo and Kadaj later in the fucking game.
And they have control. Not only that,
Or not Kadaj,
but the whole
Yazoo and
situation with Diamond Weapon happens differently.
Diamond Weapon?
Yeah, when Diamond Weapon attacks Junin Harbor,
Yeah.
that whole situation happens there. You change so much, right? Like these things have to happen for stories to progress, like they should. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I just hope Nomura doesn't get too batshit crazy, because I've seen how he writes for Kingdom Hearts, and like he obviously had free reign with that game, and Kingdom Hearts 3 is like, so, and I constantly no, it's pretty much. I haven't played it yet, but it's pretty much out there that no one has liked Kingdom Hearts 3.
No one's liked it?
Yeah, a lot of people are fucking constantly bash the story. Like, dude, this story is shit. It's like Nomura going fucking full Kojima, just crazy fucking shit, and you're like, whoa, why? Things made sense so far, and it's just like,
hell, we had to buy different game systems just to follow the story.
This is true. And that's another thing, like, you can't just play mainline Kingdom Hearts games unless you read all the material in the game. Because, like, I remember telling a friend of mine, I was like, well, I don't know, I want to know what happens in Chain of Memories, but I won't play it. I'm like, well, there's journal entries in Kingdom Hearts 2 that tell you
telling me that
the entire story. I didn't just have this conversation with you, though. I was talking about somebody else. I did tell you that, yeah. It's like, oh, you want to know what happens in Chain of Memories? Open the journal as soon as you play Sora. The entire game is in fucking Jimmy Cricket's journal. Of course, you're gonna have to go and read it. Some people don't want to do that. Let's see. There's that. There's a ton of stuff that happens in like Birth by Sleep. I don't know any of that shit. I still haven't played the game yet. I caught bits and pieces from watching videos and listening to people talk about it.
Birth by Sleep, which one is that one?
That's the PSP one.
Is that...
Yeah, that's the one on PSP.
Is that the one where you play as... it's either in the future or the past?
Ventus.
Yeah.
There's that one.
That one was...
There's the mobile game one that takes place before the Keyblade War with all the original fucking Keyblade Masters that literally sets everything into motion. If you have one of the collections, I believe 2.8 and like 2.5 and shit, they have a movie that shows the entire storyline.
I wouldn't call it a movie, but yeah.
Yeah, you just watch it. It's basically all the story points of that little mobile game. It's pretty fucking long too and boring. There's 358/2 days.
That was a good game.
I haven't, and I played it a little bit, but that one talks about the organization, and you get the backstory with Roxas and fucking Axel, there's that. Then there's Dream Drop Distance on fucking 3DS, which really is Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a sequel to 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's now considered a side game, but I'm like, bro, it's obviously a sequel to 2. It takes place after 2. You play as Sora and Riku.
And before 3?
And it's before 3.
Mm.
It's basically explaining how Riku becomes a Keyblade Master. And Sora fails to become a Keyblade Master. Again.
Just like Birth by Sleep, so yeah.
Even though Sora's the one always saving everybody.
Yeah.
But, whatever. There's Recoded, which kind of doesn't matter because you're just going through old memories. But it's a thing. It exists. It is pertinent to the Kingdom Hearts story. So yeah, you gotta go. There's Recoded's on DS. Dream Drop Distance is on 3DS. Chain of Memories, if you played on PS2 you can, or one of the re-releases. But I played it on the fucking GBA because that's where the original one was. So yeah, there's a lot of jumping around, man. A lot of people might not want to do that shit. I completely.
Chain of Memories is playable on the 2.5 edition.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes,
and it's
the
just
PS2 version.
Is that the PS2 version?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The original Chain of Memories is a 2D fucking isometric game.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that one on the emulator.
Yeah, I actually played it on a Game Boy Advance.
Mm.
I bought it and had my little SP and I fucking played on there. I remember I let Ray borrow it after I beat it, and he's like, well, he didn't like the idea of the card thing. I was like, yo, it actually works pretty good, dude. Like, the gameplay is exactly like Kingdom Hearts 1. And, like, honestly, you're not even, once you start getting your deck shit set up like you want, you're not even going to notice that shit, man. It's, you know, you're going to be doing your battle so fast. And some of the stuff is faster than playing the real game. Like, doing the summons and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like fucking instant, you know?
Huh.
What up, Logic?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? Welcome.
But anyways, back to Final
Fantasy
Fantasy.
7.
Okay, so
I'm really...
the scene with Zack.
Which one?
It's like right after you defeat the Sephiroth-controlled fucking ghosty baddies.
Are you talking about the one where he's confronting the soldiers?
Yes, and he survives. Does that mean he's alive in that timeline now?
And that's the thing, because... Okay, so...
Because if that's the case, do I get to play as Zack again?
Well, no. They don't really say, because in the original, he does fight a bunch of soldiers.
Yeah.
Will fight, tries to take Cloud, and he gets shot in the back.
Yes.
And dies. We don't get to see that.
Well, you do see that in Crisis Core as well.
Yeah.
Crisis Core didn't change anything on that.
But I'm just saying, like, we don't see that in Remake at all. We see him beat the soldiers. Then they have the little trash bag with the stamp.
Yes.
It's a different dog than the logo in the game, so that lets you know, okay, this is some alternate universe. Right? And then and then you get to see him carrying Cloud off. But we don't know if that's the original timeline Zack they're seeing, or this possible new timeline where Zack is alive.
Well, it obviously has to be the new timeline because... Well, no, not the new timeline you're playing in, but...
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, this new timeline where Zack possibly may have survived. We don't know. You know, it's just some kind of flash of a possible memory or whatever. I think it's a tease that Zack might have survived and just left Cloud in Midgar and went off to go do something, maybe try to stop Sephiroth or Shira somehow. We have no clue yet. We'll have to see when we get part 2. But it's my theory that that's just going to be flashes of a possible timeline that could have happened. That's all it's going to be. Zack's still going to be dead because the whole fates thing exists in this world, and they keep things happening like they should have happened in the original game. Zack's still going to die, in my opinion. If those things exist and they're trying to keep the timeline correct, quote unquote, Zack's still dead. Everything's still gonna. There might be subtle changes here and there, but everything's still gonna happen the same for the most part. There are some small changes where like certain people live when they shouldn't. Don Corneo survived. He didn't get assassinated by possibly Turks. We don't really know. The Turks seemed a little bit more sympathetic in this one, but I think that's more character development than anything else. We just found out more about them. They're decent people for the most part. They just happen to be fucking.
They don't like doing shadow cloak and dagger shit.
They don't like doing their job, but they do it because they don't want anyone else doing it. And
Yeah.
they're good at it. So that's going to be interesting. The character interactions when people get introduced to each other is different. You have a lot more development over at 13 right from the get-go. He also gives you out more information than he did before. Like once Eris like calms him down, he touches her mind, and he's I guess able to talk to the planet, and he just starts spilling the fucking beans about everything. Shit she was trying to keep secret, in fact, if you see, because she's not willing to part with this information.
Wait, which scene was this?
Alright, so you know when Red is growling at the group?
Oh, yeah.
In Shinra Labs?
Yeah.
She calms him down, and then he starts saying all this, explaining all this stuff. And you see, because they asked Eris. And she doesn't say anything at first. And then Red says it in her place. I don't think she was going to tell her. And then he's like, why do you know all this? And he's like, well, when I touched her mind and got all this information.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think the theory about her being our Eris, quote unquote, from the original PlayStation game, has some validity to it. I feel like there are certain things that she was trying to hide from the group until it was time for them to find out, and they just found about it earlier. And then when she decided to spill the beans near the end of the game, it was because things were changing so drastically she had no choice. And she just suddenly knows all this shit about Sephiroth and what he's doing and all that. And it's like, because she has to stop him. Not because she wants you to know, because you guys have to stop him or he's going to summon a meteor, and she's not going to be able to do anything about it. Because as we know, she can't use Holy unless she dies.
Yeah.
So, there we go.
So
that's kind of my stance.
they're probably going to keep it original then, that she has to die in this timeline too.
I think so. Maybe. They might change it. I don't know. You might get a choice to save her. We'll see. But it's a lot, and it's Nomura, so he can take the game in all kinds of weird, crazy directions. I just hope that since now he's not working on a million projects at once like he was when he was doing Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15, this won't get butchered.
He did 15?
He was the original director on that game.
God, I did not like that game. Or 15?
He was the original director.
I was thinking 13.
13.
Yeah.
He was a director on that too.
Got no.
He's hit or miss, man. He's a hit or miss guy.
Yeah, I think it's more of a miss for me.
All the 13 stuff I don't like.
Yeah.
Versus 13 though, I think was kind of the one where he really was gonna sink his teeth into, and they just couldn't get a locked down story of what they wanted to do with it. Like his higher ups were like, "Oh, this is not what direction we want," and there were so many things that were start, stop, and eventually they just got aggravated. It's like, look, man, you're working on too much at once. We're gonna take this out of your hands. Tabata, here you go. Fix it, because the game was a mess at that point. He did the best he could. He got something that was kind of fucking coherent, although there was a lot of content taken away. And the kind of darker theme that it had was taken away from the game.
You talking about 15?
15, yes. It was supposed to be a lot more darker, and there was supposed to be a lot more fucking like stuff that was played with, possible domestic abuse type stuff between Luna and Noctis. We don't know if there's a cutscene. There's a leaked cutscene of him possibly attacking her. We don't know if that was supposed to be an illusion. You don't know because the game was never finished. There's no leaked script of the original concept. We have no clue. What we do know is that the game was originally supposed to have a more darker tone. Period. I mean, Arden taking over the world and having it being fucking devoured by demons is pretty fucking grim, but hey. People complain about stuff they don't know about. Yeah, I don't complain about version 13 stuff because I'm like, I have no clue what it was. All we had was cutscenes with no voices, just video to go by. We had no early demos. We had pictures. Why complain about something you don't even know what was going to happen? Even the fucking creator hasn't given out fucking definitive information of like, this is what was going to happen.
I mean, if he hasn't given it out by
What
now,
you're complaining. You're complaining about shit that don't exist. It's not fake. It's fucking fake. So I don't like to complain about it because I don't know what direction Nomura wanted it to go in, quote unquote. I do know that he did want to make Versus 13 happen, which is why the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC is completely referential to the world from Versus 13. And the original cutscene of Noctis in the car from the original Versus 13 trailer, they completely recreate that in Kingdom Hearts 3. And everyone thinks that the prevailing theory is going to be the next Kingdom Hearts game is not going to be involved with Disney at all because of all the issues Square's had with using Disney characters and stuff. And so they're basically going to use, because they own the Kingdom Hearts IP. We have all our own characters, and now we've kind of trapped Sora in this alternate world, possibly, depending on which ending you get. That mimics the real world, right? Because like, you see Japan, you see like Shibuya in fucking the ending.
I mean, I never played Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, that happens. Like, there's a part where fucking Sora gets like pulled away from his world and ends up literally in Japan. And he meets this other character who's his other antagonist, and he looks a lot like fucking Noctis. And they recreate a scene from, like I said, the old Versus 13 trailer with him in it. And he's driving the car, and he's being spoken to by a driver, and they repeat all the same lines from the fucking trailer. So the theory is basically going to be the next Kingdom Hearts game is essentially going to be what Versus 13 was going to be. And he's just going to, instead of like what happened with 15 where it was Versus 13.
So he's just going to be driving in a car?
No, but like all the story stuff he wanted to do with Versus 13, it's like, oh, we'll just rename that concept. It won't be that. It'll be Kingdom Hearts 4. And all my ideas I wanted to use in Versus 13 will be in this game. And we'll include Sora and Riku somehow to link it to Kingdom Hearts. The dude's fucking got a wild imagination. That's all I gotta say. I just hope it doesn't get too crazy with Final Fantasy 7 Remake, because I'm like, I like some new changes, but I don't want it to go too fucking far left field, man.
I mean,
I want to play just an updated Final Fantasy 7.
It was already there for me, and I'm like, shit ain't making any sense, man. I don't like this.
Yeah, there's some stuff I do like though. Particularly the character development with the side characters. I like that we got to know Biggs, Wedge, and Missy better. They were awesome.
Well, that's the thing though. Biggs ended up surviving.
I think Wedge might have, but we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know if Wedge died.
Because now
Jesse's straight up dead, or else they would have showed something.
Maybe. We don't know because we didn't see Biggs survive. You just find out later on he did. Like, you don't see Biggs leave the tower. Like, he just ends up in the ending and he's in the bed unconscious.
Yeah.
Same thing could happen to Jesse. We don't know. So, we'll see. We do see Wedge make it out, though. And then we see him try to help you. And then we see the ghosts, like, carry him off. So I don't know if the ghosts, like, carried him off.
It was literally out the window, so who knows what happened after that.
Well, no, he's not. No, he doesn't go out a window. They pulled him into an elevator shaft. Or like a hallway.
Yeah, that was exploded from the robot. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, he's walking through a normal lobby.
No.
And then
No, when friggin' Barrett, Aerith, and Red are in the elevator and they're watching this shit, and Red is like, hey, and friggin' the robot thing is shooting them through the thing, and the friggin' elevator.
Yeah, they're outside.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Wedge gets pulled away from that.
No, Wedge comes over and he's trying to fucking get it open. Then he turns around, starts running back to, I guess, the staircase or some shit, and then those ghosts start freaking pushing forward.
They don't push him forward. They pull him into the shaft, dude. They don't pull him through the window.
Never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't go through a window.
The fucking elevator shaft is out the fucking side, dude. What the fuck do you think?
No.
Yes, it is.
There's elevators inside.
No, bro, the elevator shaft is outside.
Not the one he got pulled in?
Oh my fucking god, never mind.
Because he would have got pulled out the window. He didn't go through a window.
Never mind.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I'll just prove you wrong whenever we end the shit, and I'll just throw up YouTube.
We can pull
like,
it
there.
You can pull it over right now.
The fucking elevator shaft is outside. Where the fuck you think he went after there?
No, man.
Yes.
That's not right.
Yes, fool.
Which FF7 Remake? Okay, there's that. Let's meet that. There we go. Turn down. Alright, let's let it go show up. Stand in the middle of the hallway. Man, why they got the fucking brightness so down below, dude? Can't see shit. Okay. So there's the glass. One's away from the glass. And then they pull him into the... Why is your brightness so low on the scene? I can't even see it. I can't even see him get pulled on their fucking video.
Either way.
Anyway, he goes into the shaft. We don't know if he's dead. He probably is.
Oh no, Big survived.
Exactly. It's like, oh, did they kill Wedge? If so, fuck them ghosts. That's just the homie.
I don't know, man. I beat that game
Wouldn't it be fucked up if they did kill?
2 days ago, and I felt I didn't accomplish anything.
That would be fucked up if the ghost actually went out of ways to kill Wedge Jesse.
And technically, they're supposed to go to the live stream, so you know,
Like
every soul counts.
They pull Wedge and he dies from like a fall or something, and then they go to the village. Oh, Biggs is still alive. He has some kind of accident in the village that they cause. Then he dies. They made sure that Jesse died in the fucking tower when they exploded.
Yeah. I mean, they were both in the damn tower whenever they died.
Yeah. Jesse just on the
So
better floor.
it doesn't make sense why Biggs fucking survived. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
And then the worst part is, it's like, okay, Jesse just gets hit from, I guess, the shock of an explosion. You don't see any wounds or anything.
Something like that.
She's like, oh, basically she said she blew herself up and she's dying like that. All right, cool, whatever. That can happen. I guess. Biggs actually gets shot.
Yeah.
Like, you know why he dies. He gets shot. He's dead, right? And it's just like, well, I mean, you have no injuries, Jesse, from what I've seen. You're like, you have burn marks. Oh, the grenade went off, blah, blah, blah.
I mean, in the military, a lot of people, like, there's a lot of cases where people, like, are right next to a grenade and it goes off and they survive.
I know.
Literally out of fucking just sheer luck. Or God intervene and be like, not today.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Like, if your body doesn't get blown apart or torn apart from the shrapnel, you're probably gonna live. Unless you go into shock and your heart just stops.
No.
But Jessie was fine. She was holding a conversation. So I don't think she's dead either. But
I don't know. A lot of the shit that's happening in this game, I'm just kind of like...
One thing I liked that got brought up in that theory podcast I listened to was that he's like, okay, so what if Jessie survives? Like all this weird shit keeps happening with the world, and you see Jessie again, but it's not your Jessie. You know how she's an actress, right? You see her at Golden Saucer. She's acting in that play that she was supposed to act in.
Oh, fuck.
And you see her there, and he's like, you gotta go to talk to her, and she doesn't know who you are.
Okay, hold on. Because I am trying to remember the little bit I can of that game at the end. When they go through that portal, they essentially go to a different timeline, right?
Essentially, they basically kind of explain it as another dimension.
Yeah.
But I assume they get out after they
Did what they
fight
needed to do.
Sephiroth,
Yeah.
and then they leave because it seems like it's the same. It's their normal world when they get out of it. So I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like they're doing the multiverse freaking.
Playing with that, when you start to play with that,
when you're fixing one dimension, so all these people are ending up living instead of dying now. That seems like the consensus. Because like again, Biggs lives in that dimension, so does Zach. So now it's just kind of like, oh, fuck.
My problem with multiverse stuff like that, or multi-timeline stuff like that, it's a slippery slope, man. And the writing can get really fucking wonky and crazy, and you can end up with bullshit. And it happens a lot when you see stuff where they do that. It happened with Terminator. It happens with it happened in comics when they do that shit. Like shit.
Well, see, it's only whenever they take the multiverse and then they add time to it as well. Because essentially, like in the movie The One, the multiverse is all these different dimensions flowing through the same time at the very moment. At that.
I like how The One was. Everything exists
in that
parallel
dimension.
to each other, but they're connected.
They're connected by every other person
Right.
of themselves in the dimension. That's what.
But I really like the idea that it's just life force essentially.
Yeah.
That was done well. No dimension can affect each other unless someone
physically comes and changes it. So essentially, this person can live in this dimension, whereas this other person dies in another dimension.
Other parallel self. They will never affect each other unless someone from there comes to this one and it does something to affect that person. That was done well. My thing is like with Final Fantasy VII, where it's just like, okay, this and that, and this is all the speculation.
But that's the thing; they're affecting time.
Yeah,
they're affecting how things get played out instead of it naturally acting on themselves.
Right. If it would have just been like things just happen differently, I would have had no problem with it. But as soon as they introduce those spirits that try to steer things the right way, that's where it's like, okay, now I feel like one as a writer, you're putting yourself in the corner because you've already basically said that we're sticking to the original storyline. That's what these characters, like these Deus Ex Machina that you've introduced into your story, that's what they do. They keep my writing on this path, but you're already making all these other changes.
Yeah.
So now it's like, well, if you do something that's just too crazy and no one likes it,
Ghosts.
You can easily turn off a lot of fan base with that shit.
The Whispers.
So I don't know.
What's your reasoning for that? The Whispers.
Yeah, and then that
and that's the thing is like you're essentially creating plot holes for yourself. and you're what in the tabletop world we call it plot device or plot armor.
You're doing what Kojima did to himself in Metal Gear with nanomachines. Because it was the same shit. Every time he needed to explain something off, it's some kind of nanomachine fucking something that's affecting this person. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? And he started using that on everything. You remember.
Yeah.
And it's just
That's
like,
pretty much Final Fantasy 4 or Final Fantasy 4. Fucking Metal Gear Solid 4 that they did that on, right? The whole nanomachine thing?
yeah. You know, and there was a little bit of that in 2, in Solid 2. Like, a little bit of it in Solid 1, they just don't explain it outright at the beginning. You know, like how Fox Die works. You get a little fucking taste of it, and you don't really know why. And then towards the end of the game, they kind of like, okay, well, this and that, you know for sure. And then like later on, it's like, oh, this is definitely what Fox Die is. It's a nanomachine-made virus. I don't know how all these other people got infected with it besides Snake. It's like, oh, Big Boss has it. All those directors that Snake fucking finds on that island have it. Liquid has it. All the members of fucking Foxhound have it. Or the new Foxhound that Liquid was leading have it. That's how fucking Snake's able to beat all of them. Like, what?
Yeah. I remember Metal Gear Solid 5 doing something like that to some degree. Can't remember what exactly.
5 had some weird shit too, but
five was good, man. I liked 5. Like, I mean, granted, I called the ending right freaking to the T.
I mean, I like all of 5 too. The little mini demo game that came out that takes place before 5.
Oh, Ground Zero.
Yeah, that and the entire 5 game. I like all that.
We're not talking about fucking that survive bullshit though. That's garbage. That's garbage.
That's not related to 5. Even though it's supposed to be
it is.
ultimate. It is, but it isn't.
But we don't talk about that.
I actually like Survive, but you know.
Fucking garbage. Zombie bullshit garbage.
I just like the gameplay. I think it's fun.
It's literally 5.
Yeah. And I like 5's.
Literally 5.
I like 5's gameplay. So
with base building involved.
The only bad thing about that game was like getting weapons is trash.
Yes.
Because you have to get like.
You have to survive.
Yeah, it's scrap.
Like, oh my god.
It's scrap whatever's available,
Jesus.
and it's just like, can get kind of rough. But it's alright. It's alright. But we're not talking about Metal Gear.
Yeah.
My Final Fantasy. I don't know, man. It's there's a lot of gray area. I'm hopeful that it doesn't get too fucking zany, and I won't like it. I will say that I kind of felt after I beat Remake, I was like, I kind of felt like I paid too much for this game. I'm not saying I wouldn't have bought it. I feel like I spent too much money on it.
Yes. I only feel bad for the people who got the collector's edition.
I know. I got the digital deluxe. That was as further as I went. Because I wanted the early summons. Because they are useful. Specifically, fucking Carbuncle is amazing.
Oh, God.
He's so useful, dude.
I only got Ifrit, Shiva, Fat Chocobo, and Chocobo and Moogle. I know you got Leviathan, right?
I need to get Chocomol because I missed it. Chocomol? Chocomol?
Oh.
Because you know how you find it by the fans, right? The reason I didn't find it, because you know how you can't turn...
Man, I thought that was going to be, what's her name? Fucking, Siren.
Yeah.
The wind and shit. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, no, I got Chocomol.
What pissed me off about... Well, Chocomol is the wind material, too, so...
Whatever.
I mean, it is.
Fucking should have been goddamn Siren.
It's the first elemental material you get in the original.
The fuck ever. I wanted Siren, damn it.
In the original, it's the first material you get. It's wind elemental. It's the first wind elemental magic you can get a hold of in the original game. So, like, yeah. But what pissed me off, I didn't notice in the trailer, because you know how the camera's like locked behind you, you can't really move it to the side? Yeah. So when they said, oh, what's this thing over here? I'm sitting there trying to turn the camera and it won't. So I'm like, well, maybe they just noticed something over on the left where we're going. So I didn't think, well, let me stop, try to look to the right to go over to the fans to get the damn material. But
I mean, you had to literally wait to get it done, and then where you get everything you need done in that whole
Can you go
little.
back?
Yeah, well, there's a thing that goes up, and then it's a computer, and then your bench, vending machine, and then a doorway. Once you go through that doorway, then you're put on this timer thing that you have to kill all the enemies. And then once you do that, then you proceed through, shut down the fan, and then you go to the fan.
Yeah, that pissed me off, bro, that I missed it. But it's not a big deal. I probably wouldn't have used it anyway.
No, not really. I didn't really use it all that much.
I might have put on Eris, because I ended up putting Fat Chocobo on her. But, like, I used Leviathan, Ifrit, Shiva. I had, let's see, Barrett had Carbuncle at the end. Cloud had Ifrit. Tifa had,
Shiva?
I believe Tifa had Shiva. No, Tifa had Leviathan. I want Leviathan at the end because it's so powerful. And then I gave Fat Chocobo to Eris at the end. But I used Carbuncle the whole game, dude. Because, you know, that's
he does the normal thing, right? He does reflect and barrier.
Well, he can heal you.
Yeah.
Well, his move heals you. That he does. And then his ATB moves, he can do reflect, haste, and fucking magic barrier.
God, that would have been so fucking useful.
Well, magic barrier, and haste on the group. So I just left it on Barrett because he had no healing material.
Yeah.
And my loadout that I had on. So I was like, I need a healer. Barrett doesn't have materia for that. I don't want to put materia for healing on Barrett because he's my tank. I'll let the other characters heal for me. And so
that's literally how I held Barrett at the same degree too, because he gets so much HP. I'm just like, God damn, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a monster. He's meaty. And then I had HP up and MP up on him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I think I just had.
The only time I used MP up was literally when I had a legitimate healer. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And I used the MP up. Yeah.
But you know, Eris can use Prey too, so that doesn't use MP. So
yeah, but you gotta spend a lot of time just to get that fucking material out there.
Level up, yeah. It is useful though. Jesus Christ. Yeah. And the Chakra's good for single target healing. You heal yourself, you cure poison. That's really useful. I kept that on Tifa. It's like, I'm not always going to have a healer in my group. And Tifa might not always have a cure material, but I'm going to keep that Chakra on her.
So.
That was a new move, too. That wasn't in the original, as far as I remember.
Really?
I don't think Chakra was in the original.
I mean, I know that's a fucking monk move on tactics.
That's a monk move from way back.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's been a monk ability since Final Fantasy III on the Famicom. And it's always done the same thing. Heals a character, cures poison. It's changed in different games. Like, I know in Final Fantasy VI...
It heals both your not in Final Fantasy Tactics, it heals your MP and your
It's amazing in Final Fantasy Tactics, Jesus.
Yeah.
And in Final Fantasy VI, it doesn't heal you, but it heals the party.
And it does that too.
It only heals... It heals equal to what your current AP total is. So, like, you got 1,000 HP, you'll heal everyone in the party besides yourself for 1,000 HP.
Oh, so it doesn't divvy it up by 1,000 points. It just heals exactly 1,000.
That's how it works in 6, which it's not really great. But like, if everyone's low on HP and it's Sabin's turn, and you don't want him to, if he doesn't have curative magic, which I always play without using magic in those games. That's my personal fucking playstyle when I play 6. I never equip Espers. So I have to find alternative means to heal my party. It's like, I got 7, but I don't have a magic user in the party right now. Chakra. LRA. Boom. In the party. I'm trying to think what other games it's in. I think it's in Final Fantasy 4. Oh, it's not. That's right. The monk in that game doesn't have that. He has kick, and then he has move where he doubles his damage. So I think it's called charge. He'll charge for a turn, and the next turn, if he attacks with a normal attack, he'll do double damage, which is super useful. I know it's in Final Fantasy V, because the monk dies in that game, and it's a great skill to use, especially early game, because monks can be great tanks if you play them right. They have good HP build. I was listening to another discussion about 7. How did you feel about like parrying and dodging being materia?
I got the parry materia, but I was already at the end. There's no point in me freaking grabbing and using it.
Right.
So-
The guy I was watching was talking about it. He was saying, I hope in the next game they get rid of those and just make that regular part of your movement. The parry and dodge.
How did it work in the game? Because like I said,
Okay, so the parry worked, you would hold block, and then you hit circle, and then you would do a move, and it would attack while you were dodging, essentially. So like with Cloud, he would do like this little cartwheel thing, and he would spin his sword while cartwheeling, and so like you dodge and you attack at the same time. Didn't do a lot of damage, but like you could catch an enemy with it and like dodge
stagger
away
them a
and
little
then,
bit.
like get the stagger off a little bit. So it gave utility to the dodge. And then oh shit, what did I do?
Wait, did you have to link those together with the deadly dodge and parry? No.
Parry, that's how parry. The parry
Oh,
material worked. And then of course you use deadly dodge. You do the dodge and you can
I didn't really care for it. I thought it was pointless.
I use it on Tifa because it's you can link combos with it. Because she'll do the dodge and then she'll jump and she'll do a spinning kick move and it goes immediately into her combo. So you can be comboing, oh I'm about to get attacked, dodge, do deadly dodge, do the kick out, boom, keep going right back in your combo. I didn't get a chance to try it with Barrett or Eris. I know when Cloud does it, he can't really combo into it. His sword speeds are kind of slow.
Yeah.
But Tifa is great. All her fucking shit, because she's just so fast. But he was proposing that they make that just a regular part of your moveset. I saw someone in his chat say, well, they should make it to where you just learn it from a weapon. Like, it'll be a skill, and it just becomes a skill that your character is able to use all the time. So, with that in mind, I think if they do that, like with certain passive abilities like that, if they made it so you could learn it from weapons, I think they should have it so like you have passive skills that you keep, just like the skills you keep, and the game should be more like Final Fantasy 9, where you can learn a bunch of shit from your equipment, and you can either equip it and have it on, like the way it works. You have equipment and weapons that you learn skills from, and then you have a certain number of ability points that your character gets as they level up, and they use that to equip skills. So, like, say you have Libra as a passive skill, like anytime you select the enemy, it gives you information, right? Something like that. Let me just use an example. It costs 9 points to equip. Okay, click. I use up 9 of my fucking AP points. Now I have it equipped always on.
So you have an AP capacity.
Yeah, you have capacity. And then you kind of pick and choose what passive bonuses you want to use. And then like any offensive skills like magic or moves that do damage, you just keep those and they just enter into your list of moves you can do. Kind of like 7, when you learn ability from a weapon, it just is part of your ability list. So like if they did that with a passive list, like okay, you have an AP amount, and you can equip this many skills, and then you also get material. They can kind of do away with some of the passive materials because some of them are stupid. Like deadly dodge and parry. I agree. Those should be regular moves I can fucking do. Like, why do I need a material for this?
Yeah. That's why I never equipped them. Like deadly dodge, I barely even fucking use.
Right. Like I used deadly dodge a lot, but I didn't. I ended up using parry along Cloud because deadly dodge isn't as effective on him, but the way I had him set up, where I get extra ATB from blocking, so I'd be blocking, and it's like, oh, I want to start doing my attack chain. He parry, he does like a little fucking flip, he hits him while he's parrying, and then you can go into your combo. That was kind of cool. I didn't get to use it with Barrett, but I assume it's pointless because you can just activate Tilt Skin and shoot stuff, and you don't get staggered. Like, why do I need to even worry about using that? Plus, his dodge is trash. He moves like 2 feet. Not even that. It's like, it's more useful to block with Barrett. So, and Eris's dodge, she covers a lot of distance, but she has a fucking cooldown after she lands where, she can't move. So that's not as useful because you can easily get hit after you dodge somebody. It happened to me a bunch. It's like, oh, I moved out the way, and then they just immediately turn to smack me. It's like, fuck this. That's trash if someone gets close up to her. So
She's great as a healer, though, especially that ward,
amazing
that
healer.
arcane ward.
Arcane ward, yes. She's a great healer. She's great at range because all her attacks do magic damage. Not everything has magic resistance.
I hate her. I hate her targeting bullshit, though. You have to physically target someone just to fucking hit. There's multiple times where like enemy does this crazy little move and gets on the other side, and she's still over here like,
yeah, yeah.
Like, damn bitch.
I also
Turn around.
I also like the fact that none of her ability moves are long range, except for I didn't get the
Except
blade.
Tempest.
I didn't get the blade staff, so I don't know what that teaches you.
Oh.
You have to steal that from Eligor.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So I haven't gotten that, but like, no, not Tempest. I mean, yeah, that's a long range move, but I'm talking stuff she learns from weapons.
Oh, okay. Ray Judgment.
The only thing I know that had a long range attack was the fucking familiar.
Ray Judgment?
Oh yeah, Rage Judgment.
Yeah.
That Jesus, it's so easy to miss with that.
It is.
There's way over here now. Like fuck, man.
Because I'd either be mid range with
Does
someone,
ton
or
of
I'd be close as fuck, and then I use it.
Does a ton of damage, and it fills up stagger bar. I wait until the enemy's not moving. Oh, I got you, ass bitch. Or I get a bunch of enemies lined up, switch the arrows quick. Rip Judgment, boom. I forgot about that one. I just don't use it because it's trash.
Yeah.
I pretty much stuck with Arcane Ward, Fleeting Familiar, and then if something got close to me, I'd use the Sorcerer's Blast, where she does You Cannot Pass, essentially, you know? She does her best Gandalf impersonation. Yeah, I like it.
I was going to have another fight with Rufus and Reno. I actually liked the second fight you have where you're fighting both of them shit.
Reno and Rude?
Yeah, or Rude. What did I say?
You said Rufus.
I said Rufus, my bad. I meant Reno and Rude.
Rude is fucking hard.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
It was a challenge. I was like, man.
Reno's not that bad.
I'm not even mad you whooped my ass, bro.
If you avoid Reno's mines, he's not that bad. But Rude is just fucking difficult, man.
Yeah.
He's strong as hell. Always moves like
He always has a counter.
Yes, always moves.
You
crazy
literally have to
knockback.
stagger him just to fucking fuck with him without getting fucking countered. So
Jesus Christ.
if there's any monk in this fucking game, it's fucking
Rude. Yeah. Jesus. And I don't even want to know if I wonder if they're gonna add a fight with Zang. That'd be dope. The Turks leader. Because you don't fight him in the original song. Yeah, thank you. That is the correct way to pronounce his name. I kind of hope we get a boss fight with Zong in the remake.
Do you fight in the original?
Nope.
Why the fuck not?
He never fights.
He looks like the one that you don't want to fuck with, right? Because he has that. I'm a logical thinker. I'm cold and
always calm.
analytical.
Even when something's going on,
Yeah.
I'm always calm. My fucking subordinates are panicking. Zong shows up. Calm down. We'll take care of it. Come with me. It's like, damn, that guy's cool shit.
Rufus. That was another voice actor where they got him close, but not close enough.
Rufus was also a badass in this game. Jesus, man.
Well, I was talking about the voice acting for it. Like, the voice actor they chose was close, but wasn't on point.
I don't remember how he sounded in Advent Children because
He sounded like Sephiroth, but with a little bit more class and sass.
I've never watched the dub, so I don't know what his English voice sounds like.
Literally like Sephiroth, just with class and freaking. He's not.
A little bit more regal air.
A
little bit more regal air.
Yeah.
Sounds more like this instead of cloud.
His is kind of like a pitch or two higher than Sephiroth, and he's very. You can tell like he has a manipulative nature. In his voice.
We also don't get to see him do speech.
Oh yeah.
So we don't get to see him being a piece of shit. He just shows up and he's like, "I'm in charge now. Now you're gonna fight me."
Yeah.
And me just cool coin tosses and shoot them with my gun. I'm badass. I'm like, man,
that was pretty sick.
Right to it, bro. That's like a catch. I'm like, what am I fighting Dante here? What the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that shit was pretty dope. I was like, man, like. Jesus. He didn't beat me the first time did he beat me? I don't think he did. But either way.
He didn't beat me but he whooped my ass.
Yeah. It was like a fight with Rude all over again. It's like, man, I really have to think here.
You know what though? Rufus gives me hope for Vincent being fucking awesome when you get him.
Oh my fuck! Shit!
Wait.
God damn it! That's my boy too, bro.
I cannot wait to see how much of a beast Vincent is.
You know how many girls say like I should fucking cosplay as Vincent? Too fucking.
You could do classic Vincent, man.
I could.
You have a grain of hair, like if you could grow it that long.
I still have to do some slight spikiness too, right? Doesn't he have like slightly?
Original Vincent's hair is like yours. It's just
okay,
straight.
just straight down.
Like original FF7 game art just has long, fucking like flat pressed, gorgeous fucking hair, bro. But of course, he's supposed to be a vampire. Of course.
Is he for real? Because someone explained to me that he's kind of like this demon Frankenstein deal.
Essentially, but those experiments basically make him a vampire.
Oh, okay.
That can transform into creatures.
He has to drink the blood of innocence, or just has the powers of a vampire.
Essentially.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, yeah, you do find him in a fucking coffin in fucking Shinra Mansion.
And he has all these weird transformations.
What is his story? Like, what made him become what he is? Like,
okay, so he's a Turk.
Yes, I knew about that.
And he was a bodyguard for Sephiroth's mother.
Yes.
And he falls in love with her.
Isn't that Elmira or whatever?
Elmira, yes. They have a good relationship with each other. Elmira, though, is with Professor Dast.
Yes.
Who is the father of the baby.
Yes.
But they're also performing these experiments. Vincent is against them. Elmira knows Vincent has fucking feelings for her. But she goes through with the experiments anyway because she's like, oh, this will be good for everybody. We'll make the super soldier that can end the war, all this other stuff, which Sephiroth helps in the war with Uzai. That's true. So, he's against the experiment. Professor Hodo is the assistant. He goes to stop the experiment. Hojo gets the jump on him. Hojo stops Vincent from stopping the Sephiroth experiment from happening.
Oh.
And once he stops Vincent, he basically starts experimenting on him.
Oh.
And that's why Vincent ends up the way he is.
That's why he has such a fucking hate towards Hojo.
Yeah. And just really Shinra in general. Although he does respect Zong a lot, his former leader.
Yeah.
If you have Vincent with you whenever Zong shows up in the story,
yeah.
they address each other. And Zhang does remember Vincent. And Vincent does address him. And he's like, oh, hey, how you doing? And he's like, oh, I remember you. Blah, blah, blah. And he still kind of carries himself very Turk-like, even his monstrous appearance. He's always very cool and calm. He always has, he has the gun, which is his trademark weapon of choice. So he still has those kind of...
I mean, he also has those fucking claw gauntlets, too. I remember that being a use in the game.
I'm pretty sure that hand is mutated. It's in that.
Oh, okay.
He's not.
That's why he wears the gauntlet.
Yeah, he's not completely human anymore. But I will be glad when he shows up. Of course, he's going to be primarily the ranged character, although he might have some close range stuff with his claw. I don't know, his hand. I don't know if they're going to add that or not. I just wonder how.
I want to have a fight with him.
I wonder how they're going to handle transformations, though, because those are his limit breaks. So I wonder how they're going to handle that. Because his gameplay is going to have to change when he changes forms.
It's probably just going to be a limit break, really. It's just going to be an animation that's...
Well, the thing is, like, okay, so in the original, when you activate his limit break, he's still a party member. You just can't control him. He becomes berserk. And his forms have moves and shit. And they stay like that until, like, the battle ends.
Wait, so it's just an all...
transformation. And then
until the battle ends?
Yes.
Wow.
Or he dies.
Wow.
So I'm like, I think it would be a lame
if
thing.
they kept it that same thing.
No, I want it to stay like that.
So you don't get to control him as a character.
I either want control over him in that form, or I want him to just be berserk. But I don't want it to just be a move and then the transformation ends. I don't want that shit. That'll be lame to me. Like the character wasn't like that in the original. You still had some control over Vincent. I don't want it to be a cutscene move. Like maybe when it activates, yeah, some kind of cutscene. When it activates, yes. But I want it to be like he has attacks because he does. Have him be like Red 13 because like Red 13 has moves he does. I've only seen one of his limit breaks like outside of the boss fight.
I didn't even get to see that. I was upset. I was like, what?
In the boss fight, you get to see Stardust Ray.
What boss fight?
It's the big ghost thing. You know when Barrett's shooting the big shot or what is it called? Focus. The big fucking blast he does, whatever the fuck it's called.
I think it's Big Shot, ain't it?
No, it's not called Big Shot, even though that's the move.
Oh.
His first limit that he has. He's using that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Red 13 is using his second limit break, which is Stardust Ray. If you notice, whenever Barrett's shooting the shot, you'll see a bunch of things flying around. That's Stardust Ray. So, you see him using his. In fact, you can actually see it like whenever the camera will switch to them, and it'll say the name of the move above the character when they're doing it. If you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. But it'll say Barrett's move because the camera's focused on him. But it'll also say Red's move above him as he's using it. So you see Stardust Ray. I saw him use one in a regular fight when I was playing with him. I forgot if it was when he's with Cloud and Barrett or with Tifa and Aerith. I believe it was when I had Tifa and Aerith with me. And he used Sled Fang. I was like, oh shit, he has limits too? Oh, that's fucking great. Because I thought he was just like doing little attacks and stuff. And that's it. It's like, oh, he has his limit breaks as well. And I guess he's supposed to have a cure material in him as well because it cures you in the motorcycle fight.
Yes, he does.
But I don't know what he has equipped.
Which I'm like, bro, why didn't you do that in the other fights?
I don't know what he has equipped. The footage online of the playable Red 13, because someone hacked the game so they could use them. They didn't do anything. They didn't do anything as footage, but use normal attacks. They didn't use any of his special moves or anything. So I don't know what he has. What I do know is his HP is like at 5,000, so he's like got buried HP, and he has max MP. His MP is like at 900. Stupid high.
Claw.
So it's like, he's probably max level when he joins you. Or very, very high. Probably 60s, 70s. And get him. So, but you only get to fight with him like 3-4 battles.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, and I'm upset that you don't get control of Red. Because that whole part where he joins you, that's very long until you beat the game. That's not like some, you don't.
Oh, in Hojo's lap?
Yeah, man. When people,
like, why didn't
I saw people online talking about it. Well, you only get to see him so long at the end of the game. I'm like, bro,
dude, he's with you the whole time.
I'm like, bro, this is so much longer than the original where you get Red. Like, in the original, if he would have been just a guest, it would have made sense. You have to force him to be in your party in the Hojo part when you escape the lab to use them. If you don't use them then, you only get to use them on the elevator. And that's it. And then maybe the boss fight against the thing if you put them in your party. You barely get to use them from Shinra Tower to the end of Midgar in the original game. Okay, that would have made sense. In this game, the whole escape from Shinra Tower, that was like 2 hours. There's like 2 whole fucking chapters in that whole part. I'm like, bro, you couldn't make them playable? Really? We use them a lot. Like, a lot. He's with Cloud and Barrett for, 3 of those gates?
Pretty much. And then he falls down, and then he goes to Tifa and Aerith.
Yeah, and not to mention him helping Cloud for that little part.
Yeah.
And then you get separated, and then he comes back with Tifa and Aerith. Then he goes back with Cloud and Barrett. He goes back with Tifa and Aerith. Then you all get back together, and then there's still more stuff you're doing. I'm like, come on, bro.
You had a whole Sephiroth fight, bro. You still gonna make him play?
They could have done the boss fight against the thing in the elevator.
Wasn't that in the game?
No, it was a boss fight. Yeah, when you get to the bottom, you fight it. You fight it on the.
I thought you fight it on the elevator.
In the original, you did.
Oh, okay.
And you had Barris, Aerith, and Red 13. And basically, if you didn't have material on Red and Eris, you're fucking shit out of luck. I keep remembering that Red 13 had long range material in that fight, but I don't think he does. I may be remembering that wrong.
Yeah.
But he comes with a fire material, so you should have a long range attack unless you take it off of him. And you have a chance to put material on that party before the fight starts when Tifa's about to go help Cloud. So, I don't know, man. I think he should have been playable. I think we didn't want to make him playable there because you're only using for a short time. I thought that was a fucking cop-out. You're literally missing Eris for like 3-4 fucking chapters before this. And you don't get to use that much in the tower. So, fuck out of here. You're using, for most of the game, Cloud, Barret, and Tifa.
Yeah.
So, what I think happened is they were crunch timing the game and didn't add fucking Red 13 as a playable character. And we're like, well, since he's only at the end,
It's very accurate, actually.
we're not going to fucking add him.
There's like 4 more hours in the game, but yeah, it's at the end.
It'd be too much work.
Yeah.
Add him and have to add command stuff. He'd only have like one weapon. So we won't make him playable. I think that's what happened. My opinion. Man, dude. I could go in on that game all day. And I hate to because it's a good game, but there's just a lot that I don't.
It's a very thorough made Final Fantasy game. Fortunately, it does have its flaws too, though.
My biggest complaint, and that was throughout the whole game, no random battles.
No random battles.
Like, enemies don't spawn unless like you're doing missions.
Yeah.
Until like the very end, right before you go to Shinra Tower, then you can kind of walk around normally and they'll show up. But before that, shit. Well, I won't say they don't show up. It's just that you can't backtrack because the game is always going, no, don't go that way. You gotta progress the story.
Oh, where it does a little fucking sign.
I'm like, bro, man, what the fuck? Can I level up my material, please? And that was the thing for me because it was like I constantly felt like I was barely getting by fights or big fights because it was just like I didn't have time to level up. It's like, man, if I had some time to level up, I could have gotten it. That fight could have been a lot easier with some stronger materia.
Yeah.
So there's only a few places in the game until like the end chapters where you can grab the battle arena, which you have to spend money to do. The practice dummy thing with Cloud at the beginning, which it's right before you go to the warehouse to help Jesse get the explosive material. You take an alternate path, and there's like a little practice dummy area, and you can fight like one robot. I mean, if you want it, you can just keep fighting it and get experience in AP, but
Eventually, it'd take a while once you start getting to higher levels.
I don't know how long it would take to level up off that thing. It is literally just one robot you're summoning.
I mean, I leveled up a great deal whenever it was right before you go to Shinra Tower and you're going to find all these other quests.
Oh yeah, I had a ton of fights.
I fought everything. Like I didn't really run.
I was doing it too. I was like, I'm gonna fight everything I can.
Yeah. Because I know that's the one thing that I noticed in the game is there's not really a grind to this thing. They kind of want you to play through.
I want there to be a grind. It's a fucking RPG.
Yeah.
Like if this was just an action game, I wouldn't care. Like if this was like action-y and it was like Devil May Cry type of situation, it's like, well, you can grind Devil May Cry, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
You can pretty much play the game with your starting moveset and be viable. That can work. But in this, I'm like, hey man, I could really use some better magic. I have HP up and MP up material. I want to level that up. I have this elemental material that's basically useless at its first level because the damage bonus you get from the element you link to, I think it's like 33%, some low fucking number.
I know I was trying to level up my elemental weapon material. Because it didn't stay 80% the whole fucking game.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Fuck, yeah.
That's a super negligible bonus. I was talking to my boy Symmetry about that, and he's like, yeah, unless you level it up, it's basically useless.
The only time it's viable is like if you just so happen upon an enemy and you have an element. Yeah.
And even then, like a big damage
No,
bonus.
it's not.
It helps fill their stagger bar. The warding material, which protects you against status effects. I didn't get to use that till the end of the game because I didn't have material slots. So when I finally got it, it was like, okay, this gives me resistance. I think I had resistance to.
At the same time, though, too, when you progress through the game and you get a new weapon, it goes off the SP that you accumulated already.
I did like that. I did like that a lot. And you get those skill books.
I would immediately go in there and start grabbing the
slots.
new material slots. And then as soon as I was done, I went through the rest of it, see what else was actually,
viable.
good. Yeah.
I would do material slots.
And then I just set it to fucking auto balance.
At the end of the game, that's what I did. I would do all the material slots first, because, by the end of the game, your weapon level is really high, so you already start with the extra cores. And then I would just set it to auto and let it do what it do, because it learns everything instantly, which is great. You don't have to do everything manually and stuff. Yeah. That whole process is forever, too.
It does.
They need to fix that. I don't mind the cool little skill tree thing, but I don't need the extra animations. Just give me a fucking list, or like a simple thing where it's like a simple grid, and I just pick it and it's fast. That whole looks cool. Looks cool as shit, but it was so fucking tedious, bro. I almost wanted to just auto the whole game. Like,
you know what pissed me off too? And if you watch my playthroughs, right, you'll see it a lot. Where I set Cloud down to take a rest, and then he's get back up all nice and slow, and I press options. And it goes in the pause menu. I'm like, motherfucker. And then, I unpause it, and then it goes back. And I thought he's done with his whole animation. And I press it again, and it's paused. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Why can't I just go to the...
It's like, let me stand still so I can activate the fucking menu.
I feel they need to change that shit, too, where it's like...
The menu should be on
It's dynamic. It's dynamic like Neo. Where it brings it up and everything else is still going on in the background.
Yeah, it could be like that. That's cool. That's a good idea. That's a very Dark Souls Neo thing where it's like you break the menu, shit's still going on around you.
Yeah.
The menu's
so shit like sitting down in the fucking goddamn bench or waiting till Cloud gets out of that fucking crawl stance. Come back
hold on. Even worse. I'm climbing down something.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, let me access this menu real quick and equip my shit. Nope, you have to be off that ladder, buddy.
Yeah.
You're currently in movement.
I mean, it makes sense logically. Still, it does not make sense logically if I'm getting up slowly.
It doesn't make sense logically at all, because I'm carrying all these giant swords on me, really?
True.
I will say still, I'm probably the only person that went to Shindo Tower with a nail bat. I purposely kept it equipped. Why? Because my thing was, I'm like, there's things in here that I have. Well, there wasn't actually. I found out later on, but I was like, well, there's enemies that have resistance to the sword damage. The nail bat doesn't do sword hit; it does like bludgeoning damage, right? So, as far as I know, that damage type is different. So I was like, I'm gonna run nail bat for that just in case. Which nothing was resisting my damage. It was great. Then I found out that nothing had resistance to it.
When you first went to Shinra Tower, right, and Tifa gets the key card, did you take the elevator or did you take the stairwell?
I took the stairwell.
You did?
So I was like, I was gonna take the elevator, then I was like, I want to see if all the fucking stupid conversation happens. It wasn't the same, but it was still funny. I was waiting for the part where Barrett just starts talking nonsense because he's starting to go delirious, and Tifa just starts telling him to shut the fuck up. It's like, stop it, you're being stupid right now. Because she does that in the original. Because he starts saying some dumb ass shit. I was waiting for that didn't happen. She basically just tells him to stop complaining the whole time over and over. What I hated was like, in the original, Cloud doesn't get tired from the run. Everyone else does.
Yeah.
And this one, like,
he does.
And I'm like, Soldier? Mako Infusion? He's not, this isn't supposed to tire him out.
How is Tifa already up there? She's not confused.
I did like the change of Tifa going like all out and running faster than everybody. Just shut it off.
Yeah. And she's like, where are you guys at? Where are you guys
down?
Oh, okay. I'm not that far from you. Yeah, you are. I see it on the fucking thing.
You're 4 floors up. Jesus Christ. Why are you running full speed?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I really just kind of that was more character development for her. Like I liked her trying to show off how athletic she was at times.
Oh yeah, she's athletic.
Yeah. Core values.
Tifa Bay, man. Shit.
Best girl Tifa.
Yeah. Best girl in the fucking series.
But I did like that about her. That she wasn't so reserved like she is in the original game.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't really do the greatest job of showing her character in that. She was a lot more outgoing. Where it's like, oh, I'm going to do something where I have to beat someone's ass. I like the banter in the combat where, Pilot says, like, keep your hands up, and she's like, all right, coach. It's like, you know damn well I should not be giving this woman fighting tips. She'd probably beat that ass. So I thought that was really cool. I also like the sister mans with her and Eris.
Oh.
Like.
Okay, again.
Eris is like purposely not like. Oh,
again.
Cloud will be fine. How are you doing? I'm like, do they have sister mans going on right now? Is that what's happening?
Again, I never played fully through the original.
That's not a thing.
It's not.
No. There's parts where they'll tease Cloud. But
yes, I did see that in the sewer.
That happens, but like the whole cis match thing, where they're constantly helping each other out. And
yeah.
Bro, this.
They're broing it up, but
the
sistering it up. The sisterhood of the traveling pants.
What's going on, Toby? Yes. No, Tifa doesn't have memory loss. People kind of think she does because.
Oh no. She remembered it.
She remembers in the original. The thing is whenever Cloud's saying something that isn't true, she chooses not to say anything because she doesn't want to embarrass him. So she holds her tongue until the very end. Well, not the very end. Until later on, where you kind of have to reveal the truth, and then she's like, "Well, this is what happened." And Cloud's memories are false.
You talking about the Hojo lab where?
Not the lab thing. The attack on Nibelheim by Sephiroth. In the original, when Cloud tells that story.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. When he sees Sephiroth for the first time in Hojo's lab, and then Tifa sees him too.
Yeah. I don't know if she acknowledges Sephiroth or not during that. He's talking more like when, in Calm, where she remembers the events that happened in Nibelheim the same as Cloud. No, she doesn't. She remembers what really happens. She just chooses not to speak up. So all those parts where it's like, Tifa remembers it the same. No, she's just agreeing with Cloud. If you notice, it's with text, but if you notice in those games, every time she does agree with Cloud on something he remembers, there's always like a pause, or she doesn't say anything before, and then she replies.
Oh yeah, I remember that in the game.
So she's just agreeing with Cloud so she doesn't make him look stupid, because it's her friend and she cares about him. But once Cloud kind of goes in that coma and they have to tell the real story, she tells the real story. And then Cloud wakes up and admits it later on. Yeah, this is what really happened. I remember everything now. Tifa never had memory loss. She always remembers the events the same, the way they were supposed to happen. She just doesn't speak up. Is she affected by the Mako from the reactor? Yes. That happens. Yes.
Is that why she's like super fast?
No. Yeah, she trained with a martial arts master. She's
so why is she super
strong?
Cool?
That's why.
I mean, I don't. Again, I've never played the original all the way through.
Essentially, the guy who trains her is like the greatest martial artist in the world.
Yeah.
So when Cloud leaves the village, she essentially starts training under him. So once you see Tifa again, she's already been training with him, and she's actually really strong at this point. Because she's been training since she was a kid. Since she's been gone for however years.
So it's not the Mako.
No. She's just naturally a badass.
I'm sorry, I do not say Mako. I say Mako.
Not through, not naturally, I should say. Through effort, she did train. She did learn martial arts and train her body, and that's how she got fucking strong.
Oh god, she trained her body, alright.
Yeah. In all the right places. But yeah, that's kind of the thing too.
I like her Advent Children look. She looks more motherly.
Also, they toned down the boobage, so it's a little bit more realistic.
Yeah,
they're still there.
They're
still there.
It's still quite enlarged.
But they're not.
But it's not fucking in your face.
It's not like original art.
The top isn't like super tight.
Yeah. I actually like the whole wolf gear they wear.
Wolf gear.
That's kind of what the gear is called. The clothes they wear. Kind of like a brand.
Who's they? What are you talking about?
Cloud, Tifa, that kind of really dark.
It's called wolf gear?
Yeah.
Wolf.
Brand name something.
Who calls it wolf gear?
It's kind of like a concept name for their design of the fucking outfits they wear.
Oh, okay.
I just like how I like the outfit. I like how it looks.
Oh, okay.
Plus all the scenes where she's fighting, the kind of battle dress thing she's wearing looks fucking cool. I like her wearing the leather gloves, doing the whole professional thing. Like, I'm about to get into a fight.
Oh, you're talking about Advent Children. Okay.
Advent Children, yeah. I like how that.
That whole fight scene was amazing. I've watched that multiple times. Just that fight scene.
Plus, I love the just piano version of battle scene. Like, no other instruments, just a piano.
So intense. So
I remember watching that scene and the music started. I was like, "Oh shit!" This is badass. I was like, "Wow, they're only using piano." This is amazing.
It was amazing. There was a girl in my class. I took piano class in high school. I sucked. Obviously, I should have played fucking guitar. She played it, and only me knew exactly where that came from. And I was like, I respect your nerdism, lady.
She's like, I'm gonna play this theme, guys.
No one's gonna know. Well, maybe that guy in the back with the long hair. He probably know. He looks like Vincent.
I love the Advent Children outfits for everybody. I even like Barrett's, like the updated kind of vest he wears.
Oh, and he
puffy vest.
He dreaded his hair back and cornrowed his hair back. And, yeah, I wasn't digging that.
I liked his unarmed though.
Oh yeah, where it opened.
And opened up into the
and they're like badass. 3 different freaking shits, and he's like, that
was badass. I was like, oh shit. And it was like one minigun, and then it had the rotating thing that also shot bullets.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking cool. I was like, look at the bear with his transformer arm. That's badass, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a transforming hand arm, wasn't it?
Because it was a hand.
Yeah, I remember now.
And they would open up and
we gotta watch that again, bro. Let's watch the updated. Let's watch the Blu-ray release one.
I need to get that because I only have the original DVD.
So like they don't show damage on them.
I don't have the Ultimate Edition that has the extra scenes and it helps better explain the story and all that kind of stuff. I don't have that one.
Bro, real talk. My mom watched that with me.
Let's watch Spirits Within.
No, fuck that.
Yeah,
no, we're not watching that movie. We're not. The only thing fucking Final Fantasy about it was the motherfucking scientist.
Sid?
Yes.
Because he's in everything that's Final Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I thought the main bad guy was like fucking Seifer wannabe or some shit like that. I love that movie. I hate that fucking movie. The movie's fucking garbage. It belongs in the fucking garbage.
The most confusing, non-making sense shit ever. It's amazing. Yeah. We already talked with Kiala about Cerberus, or Kerberos, however you want to pronounce it. How unrealistic that gun is.
Cerberus,
I'm like, do we shoot more than 3 times? That's a break action gun. He only can load 3 bullets. I saw more than 3 shots. She's like, Vincent. I'm like, well, yeah.
Vincent?
Yeah. That's he reloads when he wants to reload. He's like, I think I'm gonna act like I'm reloading now.
You just show the viewers I'm reloading.
I don't really need to do this. This is just for the aesthetic.
This is just aesthetic, guys.
I could actually just shoot this as much as I want. Plus, the server.
If I ever cosplay freaking Vincent, I'm gonna get me a gun that looks just like his gun, and I'm just gonna shoot multiple times, and it's gonna have the break in it, and I'm just gonna go. I will do that as a cosplayer. I will do that.
You'll say pew pew like 15 times.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna reload.
Yeah.
And I'll be the only person who gets the joke. I'll be laughing my ass off. Everyone's like, "What's so funny?"
Well, there might be a couple of intellectuals in there that will get it. And they'll probably laugh too.
Guy way back up. I get it.
I got it.
Just point to him.
Yeah.
That guy knows. That's the one fun thing about when you go to a con and something like that happens, and then someone way across the way.
You know who the real nerds are, not the ones that are just bandwagoning.
The one guy way back.
Yeah.
Yo, I got it. That guy.
I mean, at the same time, though, I still want to like cosplay Kentaro from Golden Boy.
No one will know what that is.
I know.
You'll look like a
only
normal dude.
old heads will fucking know what that is.
You'll look like a normal dude.
Yeah.
On a bicycle.
See, but that's the thing. I would need like chicks to just chase me around, you know?
Either that or like slap you and call you a pervert.
Yeah.
And you'd have to do it in front of a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, are they acting something out or is this really happening?
Again, I feel only intellectuals will get it and they will understand and they will purely enjoy it.
You'd have to ride around on a bike.
Yes, I know. I plan on it.
It's like someone might get it from that, but like you just walking around acting like a jackass.
I mean, unless I got a boombox right and I put it in the back and I had that whole main thing playing on loop.
Somebody really
Golden
Boy! Like one guy gets it, the crowd, Golden Boy! That guy gets it.
Yeah. And every cosplayer that's like wearing like very revealing shit, I just stop and I'm just like...
I'm just like, what's wrong with this weirdo? He's in character.
I'm just thinking about it. I'd be a great Kentaro, bro.
I still love when we went to Waco and the dude was cosplaying as the DLC character.
Oh.
That was amazing. I'm like, is that a statue? This next movie? Oh, shit!
Wait, was that Waco or was that Fort Worth or something?
I think it was in Waco, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I remember that drive being a lot longer than Waco.
Because we went to the fucking Waco convention center. It wasn't there. It was in a suburb of Waco. On the other side of the fucking city. We had to go to that one. That's why the drive was so damn long. But that was awesome, though. When we were standing there, I was like, oh, look at this display stand. That's kind of weird. Oh, shit, it's a person. And then I read the sign on the chest. DLC.
I mean, dude, I was just happy to see Tim Curry fucking,
there was a lot of people there.
What's his name? I forget his name all the time.
Was there,
Luke
Tim
Skywalker.
was there, Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I was surprised when I saw
Stan Lee. Bro, I had to wait. I'm like, I'm not going to pay money to fucking be in the line, but fuck it. I'm going to see this guy in person.
His last appearance in Texas. That was the second time I seen him. First time I saw him was at a Q&A, and that was amazing. Dude, I have a bunch of the stuff he was saying on film. I think I'm on Facebook. It might be on my YouTube too. It was so funny, dude. He was hilarious, and he called the Black Panther movie. This was years before that got announced.
Oh yeah.
This is before they even had plans to make it. He was saying then. They were like, someone asked him if there was a Marvel property that you'd like to see a movie made of, what character would you pick? And he was like, I'd really like to see a Black Panther movie made. This is a good 4 or 5 fucking years before that was even conceptualized, bro.
Yeah.
I remember when it finally came out, I was like, fucking Stan. This is before they were doing the big idea of Avengers. Like, they had just started doing the Avengers movies.
Yeah.
Like, the first one, I think, and they were still kind of doing the one-off flip films and stuff.
I kind of want them to stop with the whole First Class thing with X-Men, and I want them to delve into the later universe where you got Cyclops' fucking son that's half Japanese.
Wolverine's son or Cyclops?
Wolverine's son.
Okay.
Or why did I say Cyclops? My bad. Wolverine's fucking son that's half Japanese.
You know what's crazy about that? We got the Wolverine movie with him in Japan.
Yeah.
He met the woman that he had the kid with.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, now he's leaving Japan, which does happen.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so are we going to see maybe in a future Wolverine movie?
I mean, did they have sex? Or they did have sex.
No, not in that movie.
Whatever. We'll just say it happened later.
In that movie, it doesn't.
Like before he left.
But
he did.
In the storyline, comic stuff, you know, they have a relationship later because he does leave Japan after all that stuff happens with Silver Samurai, and he fucking comes back later on.
Yeah.
And then they have a relationship.
Oh, okay.
But
we'll say that happened before the whole movie of his last end.
the thing is, though, they teased a lot. Yeah, well, Drake. They teased a lot of stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
They teased that the relationship will grow. The chick who comes with him, the mutant.
Yeah.
They tease her being like a sidekick. We never see her again. You know what we saw her again in though? She's a fucking Deadpool.
Yes.
2. Someone watching Deadpool 2, they're like, who, which character was she? Fucking Teenage Warhead's goddamn girlfriend. And she has different powers than that.
Oh, that's a Teenage Warhead. Oh, yeah.
It's the same character.
Man, I forgot.
It's the exact same character from the Wolverine. She has completely different power set, and she's a lesbian. Which I don't have a problem with. But, like, they changed character completely. Because, you know, obviously in Deadpool, it's a different universe from the Wolverine movies. But it's like, okay. Brought her back, so...
No, it's not. It's the same universe. They just don't know it yet.
If you ask Ryan Reynolds, it is. Because him and Wolverine are best pals.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. So, speaking of that, I saw some stuff. I didn't watch the videos because the channel that I saw it on, he tends to make clickbait titles. So, I don't confirm it. But if what the titles are saying is true, there was a tease that from an executive that X-Men will be introduced in the MCU. In one of the newer films that's going to come out. Don't know which one.
I mean, who's going to be in it, though? Like, you can't... I mean, you can do Wolverine, but no one's not going to receive it well, because it's not going to be Hugh Jackman.
Well, that's another thing. There's rumors that he's thinking about taking up the role again.
Don't do that.
Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. Insert meme here. Shit. I should pull it up on screen right now.
Who did they said someone was gonna play Wolverine? I want to say Channing Tatum. I'm like, fuck no.
He was supposed to play Gambit. That was the big rumor.
Yeah,
when Gambit was supposed to
but that never happened either. Thank God.
I wanted it to happen.
I don't think it.
1, he's athletic. 2, he's a good actor.
Yeah, but he's fucking Buff McGee, man.
And Gambit isn't fucking in great shape?
No, there's a difference. He's not buff.
Channing can lose weight. He doesn't always. He's not always super jacked in every film.
I mean, he kind of is.
He's not super jacked.
He's like a little smaller than Vin Diesel.
He's not super jacked in Step Up.
Huh?
He's not super jacked in Step Up.
Step Up? What was Step Up?
It's a dancing movie.
Oh, that's obviously fucking earlier in his years.
It is.
So, okay. Well, why are we even bringing that up?
I'm just breaking a point. He can slim down for the role if need be. I mean, they're not going to make him slim down.
No, girls would fucking lose their shit if that happened.
They want to see him jacked and shirtless.
Like, no, bitch. This is for me, not for you.
I would like to see him in the role because once I saw him in what's the movie called? When I heard about it, I was like,
Joe?
No, I heard about him doing the role. I was like, yeah, he'd be good for the role. My thing was like, can he do kind of a southerny accent? I
mean, technically, he's from Louisiana himself. That's why he was.
And then I saw him in what's the movie called? The Kingsman, and he plays the Texan. I was like, okay, he can do accents. He might be able to pull off the Cajun thing. All right.
I mean, he's from Louisiana. No.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. Like, that doesn't mean he can do like a deep Gambit, mon cher accent.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
Louisiana is like Canada. You got different accents all over the fucking place.
I will say, although the guy, I felt he didn't look the part. He had the swagger down. The guy that had to play Gambit in the Wolverine movie, like
he's a good actor. I like him as an actor.
He felt like Gambit. I was like, okay, he's got the swag down. I need him to be more kind of in shape, but he's got everything else down. Like the swag, the accent sounds right for the role. It wasn't like super obvious.
I didn't know how to feel about his staff, but yeah, whatever.
I even liked his...
Because it wasn't even a staff, it was like a walking staff.
It was a cane. Which I thought that was a nice way to kind of bring the staff in there without it being...
it's modernizing it.
Yeah.
Fucking whatever.
It was a nice way to bring it into it. Like he carried around a cane. It was very kind of Louisiana, voodoo-ish, like
I mean, but that's all we got. We didn't really get anything else out of him when it comes to
We
his
saw him
kinetic
twice.
powers.
We saw him smacking around Wolverine, and then he flew the plane to bring him to the island.
That fight didn't last long with Wolverine. Anyway.
No, it didn't.
That shit was garbage.
But I did like how the fight started.
Oh yeah, we just.
No. When he's at the card table,
Oh,
and he throws the card, and you see it glowing, and Wolverine's like, "What the?" She was like, "Oh, that's badass. That was fucking awesome."
Yeah, no, but we didn't get like a legit dope ass fight. Like,
No, he just kind of.
Yeah.
They smacked each other around for a bit, and then the fight was over.
Barely a bit. It was more like Wolverine smacking him around. But
A great fight between Wolverine and Gambit. It's animated, and Wolverine and the X-Men. I gotta put that show back on and put that episode on for you. They have a great fight with each other. I was like, this is the fight we should have gotten in the movie. It's awesome. Like, Wolverine's going somewhere to go steal something. Gambit shows up. He's there to steal the same thing. And they come to blows. And, like, it's great.
yeah.
And then they meet each other later on again. And once again, Gambit's there to steal something. Wolverine's trying to stop him. And it's just like, they have to end up teaming up for a short time. And he's like, I don't want to trust you. It's like, and of course, Gambit, smooth talker. Oh, I'm not going to stab you back. Which he ends up doing. But it's great, dude. I thought Gambit was used amazing in the show. He's only like in 2 episodes, but he fit the character very well.
But yeah, as far as the X-Men shit, like I don't want them to do more
First
X-Men
class.
reboots and shit. Like I want them to do
Unfortunately,
just
I
straight
think-
sequels.
I think
Because why not make a movie of fucking what's her face? The one that plays as the girl that's literally like fucking Wolverine.
which one?
The last movie of Wolverine, bro. Where he's protecting the little girl.
Are you talking about X-23?
Yes.
They could do something with her.
That's what I'm saying. They should do something with her.
I think.
The newer mutants. And
I
shit
think
like
what
that.
they're going to do is they're going to use the Doctor Strange movie to introduce the X-Men. Because that's going to be a multiverse movie.
I don't want it.
So I think that's how they'll bring the X-Men to the MCU.
I don't want it though.
And this is why I say this will be good, though. If they do that, they have Laura. I forgot she has an actual name. If they do that, they don't have to start with First Class. You can have an already established X-Men just come on over.
That is if Hugh Jackman's playing Wolverine again.
You're like, it has to be Hugh. It can't be anyone else.
It has to be.
It's probably going to be
No
somebody
one's
else.
gonna like it. I'm telling you, man.
I'm not gonna mind.
No one's gonna like it.
No one else is going to like it. I won't mind because the
Yeah.
man has already said he doesn't want to play the character again. So let's just leave him be.
That's what I'm saying. I even bring back a character that is already iconic already. The actor literally is now the Wolverine.
I mean,
You know what I'm
actors
saying?
change all the
Like-
time. We got a new actor for Professor Xavier.
Well, yeah. That guy is young in
Yeah.
this fucking version. So why would you use the same actor?
Yeah, of course. I mean, but we can.
Come on, man.
We can replace.
If you're gonna
characters.
make a point, at least
We can
make
replace-
it.
we
at
gotta-
least put the fucking pencil in the sharpener if you're gonna make a point.
We got a new
bro.
Cyclops. Yes, I know the character was younger, but we got a new Cyclops. We got a new Jean. We got a new Mystique, even though we didn't need a new Mystique to play the character. Because what's her name
You have a pencil
is
sharpener,
fucking
bro?
gorgeous. No, I don't.
Oh, so that's unfortunate because you're not making a point, man.
I'm making a point. We replace actors
You're
all
not
the time.
making a
for
fucking
roles.
point.
It happens all the time. So we can get a different Wolverine.
No one's gonna
You
like it.
could easily just say, "Oh, it's a younger Wolverine, new actor."
Nope. It's not how it works. Because a man didn't fucking age for damn near ever. Congratulations.
You're like, no, you
not
don't.
a fucking point.
No, you don't want to. You just don't want to replace Hugh Jackman. That's all it is.
No.
I get it.
No, I don't. And
He's
no,
great in the role.
You can't fucking just say it's a younger Wolverine. Bro, no.
I can.
No, you can't.
I can do it.
You know what? That's fine. You go ahead and wait for that shit. And whenever it happens, and you're saying that you're gonna like it,
I'm
and then 3 months down the road we're gonna talk about it, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I really didn't like it. Oh no, fucking shit! No fucking shit!
I'm gonna be like, I still like it, just like I like
Nah,
Star Wars.
Nah.
It's the same. It's
Nah.
the same as
You're
Star
still
Wars.
gonna be like, yeah, you know what? I really didn't fucking like that.
It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same as Star Wars. You're gonna be like, I fucking hated the fucking Last Jedi, and I'm gonna be over here like, yeah, but I enjoyed it.
Last Jedi.
The second new Star Wars movie.
Oh.
It's gonna be that
You
all
mean
over.
Rise of Skywalker.
Right. Was
The
it
Last Jedi. What?
Was
You mean the third of the first trilogy?
Was it? Was the Rise of
Or
Skywalker
whatever the
second
fuck
one?
it was? No, that was the
That's
second
third.
one in the third film. Right?
It's
The Last
Force-
Jedi or
Force
whatever the fuck
Awakens,
it's called.
Last Jedi, and then Rise of Skywalker.
Whatever.
It's gonna be the same thing.
Fucking garbage ass fucking trilogy right there.
I will say that yes, if they pick a new actor, he's not gonna be able to fill Hugh Jackman's shoes. Yes, Hugh Jackman was amazing, dude. I think we can get somebody who's good, but it won't be Hugh good.
Or you could just introduce newer fucking mutants in the
Or
whole
that.
X-Men universe.
You don't have
Stop
to-
bringing back the
you don't have
fucking
to
old
use-
shit we've already seen.
you don't
man.
have to use Wolverine.
Like it's
honestly-
like you're just remaking Call of Duty now.
Honestly, I would be perfectly fine if they used their mutants. I don't need to see the original X-Men team. Why don't we get X Factor or the Exiles or the New Mutants or Generation X? We can get any of those other team combinations.
That's what I'm saying.
So we don't have to use Jean all over again, or Cyclops, or Beast, or Iceman. We don't need to see Colossus.
Don't get me
or
wrong.
Wolverine, or
Don't get me
Storm.
wrong.
All those characters.
I liked Havoc. That was
Havoc's
good.
dope.
That was a good thing.
He's from
I was
X
like, wow,
Factor.
okay, cool.
He's
cool.
an X Factor guy. I would love to see Havoc and Polaris and Forge, who I was lied to. I thought Forge was in Days of Future Past. It was fucking Bishop. I'm upset because that is not how his powers work. No, no. Matter of fact, that was Forge. I thought it was Bishop. That's what it was. I was like, that's not how Forge's abilities
you
work.
told me Forge, and I still don't really understand. But who the fuck is Bishop?
Bishop is a mutant from an alternate future where the Sentinels, Master Mold, takes over the world.
Oh.
When they fix that timeline, because Bishop goes in the past and fixes the timeline, so what happens in his future doesn't happen, an alternate future gets created where Apocalypse takes over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So, Bishop's from a timeline where the Sentinels fucking destroy everything. Once he corrects that, another timeline gets created where
So
Apocalypse
what, does
takes
he have
over.
time abilities or something like that?
Forge in his timeline invents a time machine that Bishop uses to go back to the past to basically destroy I forgot what the virus is called that wipes out most of the mutants in the world. I forgot what the virus is called, but he fucking makes it so Wolverine gets infected with the virus first. So the virus basically gets killed in his body. Because of his healing factor, he's able to make antibodies and it kills the virus and it never spreads to anyone else.
Okay.
In his timeline, it spreads and mutates and no one's able to cure it. And at some point, Wolverine's killed.
This is that whole the Wolverine freaking movie, right?
Some of the stuff is borrowed from Bishop's timeline. Yes. And that's the virus that's in the Wolverine. That's the one right there. And also, it's a viral outbreak, and then it's also a.
And this virus is supposed to basically
No, the
kill
virus-
mutants.
The virus thing was for Cable. My bad. The virus thing was Cable trying to prevent the virus from spreading. The Bishop thing was trying to prevent the Sentinel program getting developed to a point where the main Sentinel that creates the Sentinel's master mold, its AI goes full Terminator, essentially.
Okay.
And it wipes out everybody, humans, mutants, and it basically makes a world of Sentinels.
Oh, okay.
He prevents that from happening. But because he does that, the government goes in a different direction, and they invent this virus instead.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Fucking
Don't fuck with time. So, but in the movie, you see a guy with a gun. I'm like, okay, that's in dreads. Like that's Bishop. He has long hair. He's got a gun with him. The only mutant I know that carries weapons are Cable and fucking Bishop. All right, that's Bishop. Storm shoots him with electricity, absorbs it, and fires it through the gun. I'm like, okay, that's Bishop. He channels energy. That's his power. His mutant power is he gets blasted with some kind of energy source. He's like a capacitor. He fucking absorbs the energy and he's able to fucking redirect it. That's how his powers work. So I'm like, oh, that's Bishop. Watch the credits. I'm looking for Bishop. Who's playing Bishop? Don't see Bishop's name. Okay. I go pull up the IMDb later. Forge. Forge wasn't in this movie. Where was he at? Go pull up the actor. I see the guy who I thought was Bishop. That's not Forge. One.
You're fucked up, Fox. You're
One.
fucked up.
Number one, Forge is not African American. Forge is a Native American character. That guy was black as fuck. I'm like, nah, bro. Yeah, fuck
Well,
this
they did
up.
have a Native American guy in that whole scene.
You fucked up, Fox.
But that wasn't for either.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Who the fuck was that guy?
I don't know.
I did like the chick that had the portal abilities.
Blink?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Because
Awesome.
I remember when I told you my character that I made, Xanrin.
Yeah. I love Blink.
And you immediately told me, it's like, oh yeah, bro, that's a mutant in fucking X-Men. I was like, what?
There's two mutants that have that power. There's Bishop's, I think, great-grandfather? No, his grandfather. I believe his name is... I forgot his name. But he's like a heavy into like fucking meditation and all this other stuff. But he can open portals like that. And he's a warlock. And then Blink, who I believe Blink is also a warlock. And she has the same powers.
What do you mean she's a warlock? Like, she literally has, like, spells and shit like that?
They're a group of mutants that live underground. And they're segregated against. They live in the sewers. Most of them have, like, physical mutations, and they look grotesque and shit like that. So they kind of have a community together.
Okay.
He's one of them, even though he looks normal. Blink, in comics, Blink has, like, pale, like, blue, grayish skin. And, like, pink eyes and pink hair, so she doesn't look like a normal person. And the way her portals work is, like in the movie, she like throws like a gem from her body, and it opens a portal. Bishop's grandfather can just portal opened. But I think that's the only way he can do it. I think Blink can actually just phase herself for teleport like Nightcrawler can, and she can also do the portal thing. But in the movie, obviously, she was just doing the portals.
Yeah, she's doing that shit exactly like my character.
That shit
would.
badass,
I'm like,
dude.
fuck.
It was like boom, 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 boom.
It was like I was watching my character I created, but in fucking film. And that's what it looked like, man. I'm like, damn.
The part when she was running from the Sentinels was
Yeah.
badass. I was like, dude, that's so awesome until she got killed.
Yeah.
I was like, no, Blink, why? Damn it, they got her.
I'm trying to figure out who that Native American cat was, though.
I'd have to go look.
I mean, fuck, do it right now. Fucking.
Yeah.
Because what was his superpower?
I don't remember. Did he have a power? Did he do anything?
I feel like he did.
Did he just get killed? Was he in a scene and just die? Because that happens. That
That's
happens too.
insulting if they did to my Native American side.
That's what they did in. What was it? X3.
Was that Days of Future Past, right?
Days of Future Past. That's what they did in X3 with Psylocke. She's in that movie. She's part of that band
Well,
of
they
three
didn't
girls.
kill her though.
No, she just gets slapped away and does nothing. And I was like, you know how upset I was
That
about
sucks
that?
because that's Olivia Munn, dude.
You know
That's
how
a
upset I
fine
was
ass
about
bitch.
that?
You know?
Oh, she was on the marketing material for the fucking film.
I know.
I'm like, Psylocke's gonna be in the movie? Fuck yeah. And then I see her and I'm like, bro, she has no lines. You don't see her use her powers. She doesn't even fucking fight. The leader of their group does. She doesn't do anything. She's just there, and when she finally does have a scene where there's some action, Storm just knocks her the fuck out. And that's it. You never see her again. I was like, wow. Wow. Like, wow, bro.
Wow.
Jubilee in fucking Days of Future Past. She's in one fucking scene.
Oh yeah.
And the big scene where she was supposed to have like lines and shit, they cut out their fucking theatrical cut of the movie. The mall scene, that's just gone. I'm like, bro.
Oh, he plays as Warpath.
I think Warpath is Native American as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Who's Warpath? And
I don't think he does anything in the movie though.
Yeah. No, he does fight. But I was wondering more or less what his powers are. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. What were fucking Warpath's powers? I don't remember, man. There's some mutants where their powers are like just enhanced abilities.
Well, known first as a Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Species is human immune, alter ego, noble abilities, trained, armed and unarmed combat, skilled and tracker, peak physical condition.
She's basically Captain America.
No, superhuman strength, senses,
yeah,
agility, reflexes, reactions, flexibility, speed, stamina, strength, resilience, and resistance.
When he gets introduced,
he has flight though.
when he gets
Regenerative healing factor.
when he gets introduced in the new X-Men, originally, I believe, because they sent a new X-Men team to go save the original X-Men team from Magneto.
Yeah.
He dies on the mission.
Yes.
So you get him, they show up, and he dies.
Yeah.
So Mr. Unremarkable Powers there.
Hey, he also wields a pair of vibranium Bowie knives though.
Oh, that's not a knife. That's just a knife. Okay. So
That's well, you have to use a native knife. That is not a knife. It's knife.
fucking but I wouldn't mind them getting a different X-Men team. Hell, they could use the New Mutants. The New Mutants movie is about to come out. It's going to be a horror movie. The Doctor Strange in the multiverse of insanity is supposed to be a horror themed movie.
Yes.
So fuck, let's bring in the New Mutants. If they bring the X-Men in the movie, because the movie's gonna be Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch and a bunch of crazy fucking batshit insane stuff.
Yeah, which is the only thing that I'm really looking forward to, unless they choose a selection of mutants that I've never seen before.
You might do that. I agree with you. We do not need to see first class team at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to see the fucking new X-Men team, so I don't want to see Nightcrawler, Colossus,
I don't want to
Storm,
see a remake at all of
Wolverine.
any
None of
fucking
that.
X-Men, original X-Men.
Like
I want to see new shit, bro.
If they're gonna pull an X team from an alternate universe, which is probably the way they're gonna do it, and if I want them to do it that way, so we can see some different characters. I feel
Essentially,
like
that's all I'm asking is for different characters, not
I feel like
fucking
though,
Cyclops and Wolverine.
I feel like though what we're gonna get is going to be somehow the X-Men were hiding this whole time, and no one knew about them, and they're going to get revealed in the movie. I feel like that's what's going to happen. Either that, or they're going to play off the WandaVision show, because that show is basically a fucking hallucination.
The what?
WandaVision?
WandaVision?
It's the Scarlet Witch and Vision show.
Oh.
The storyline that they're basing that show off is from the House of M timeline, where Wanda goes batshit crazy and like manipulates reality into like the perfect reality where she has this happy family life and everything's nice, and mutants aren't persecuted against, and like Wolverine ends up fucking that up because he shows up there and he's like, he remembers the old world. He actually had died.
Yeah.
And he's revived in this new one. He has his memories still. And there's certain other people that kind of know that stuff's wrong. They don't know exactly what. They're like, this is not how things are supposed to be. And he helps fix it.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't get fixed. Scarlet Witch goes fucking crazy and like basically does the Thanos snap again. And everything goes back to normal. But none of the mutants have the powers. It's like, I think it was like 2% of mutants in the world have powers. Everyone else loses their powers when she brings it back to like the regular world.
So everyone's normal now.
Most of them are. Some of them still have abilities, but now they're basically like an endangered species. And now there's like the government is like watching them shit.
Mm.
Eventually, everyone gets their powers back, but it takes a while before that happens. The one cool thing about that is when Wolverine comes back and he loses his powers, guess what he still has attached to his bones?
Adamantium.
Starts dying from adamantium poisoning. And he can't retract his claws. So, like, you see Wolverine...
Such a bullshit way to kill someone.
I know, dude. It's like, so you see Wolverine, like, he's sick, and he's still, like... There's a part where Jubilee gets mugged by these guys.
Yeah.
And he, like, saves her. Fucks him up. Kills him. And, like, you see him, and he's, like, dying. Because he's like, oh, well, the adamantium is still here, and it's poisonous. And the healing factor kept it from killing me. Which is why they do the explanation of the healing factor doesn't work as well when he has adamantium on his bones because it's keeping the poison from killing him. And when he loses it, it goes like overdrive because it doesn't have to do that anymore, and like he can heal from injuries like instantly. So that was kind of a cool thing. It's like, oh, that's a sucky way to die, bro. So they might do that. and they'll have Wanda fucking snap mutants into existence. They might go that route. They might go alternate universe route. I don't know. We'll see. I think we're going to learn a lot about how they're going to introduce mutants into the MCU from the WandaVision
how's
TV
Scarlet
show.
Witch powers more or less? I mean, are they technically mutant powers? Because how I say it is, it has technically mutant powers.
In the MCU, the way it's first explained is it's mutant powers, and the way her powers work originally is that she affects the probability of things, of reality. So, like, she shoots a hex bolt at something, and it manipulates reality in random ways. So she has no control over what it can do. In the MCU, on the other hand, she can just shoot energy.
Yeah,
blasts.
she's like a witch.
Like, yeah,
Exactly what her name is. But
although she just like all her powers just harm things. She can't like manipulate reality. Well,
no, she does.
She
She
can
does.
to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she did it to
I think
the
she made
Avengers
she
in the
made an
beginning.
illusion.
Yeah.
She made an illusion. And then he's able to pull the gem from Vision's body.
Yeah.
So yeah, she has more control over her powers than you. So
I hate how they kill Quicksilver though.
I was upset.
Quicksilver, my boy too.
I was upset.
That dude's dope. Especially on First Class, man.
I like that Quicksilver in
Yeah.
the X-Men movies.
He's more comical.
Yeah, he was a great comic relief. And he was even good in Days of Future Past, the slightly more serious, older version of him. Whenever Wolverine goes back to the past and he reforms the X-Men team and they go get Quicksilver.
It was still the same actor, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not in Days of Future Past. And I'm not thinking of that one. In Age of Apocalypse, when he shows up in that movie. It's like 10 years later, it's in the 80s. He's older. And
That's the one with Psylocke in it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Archangel and all them. He's in that too.
I like the Archangel.
He was great. The
Yeah.
cage fighter and shit.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
And then he
Breaks
he
the
started
wing.
off with regular wings, and then he got
breaks
the
the one wing in the cage fight, and then Apocalypse finds him, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, package! I gotta check my mail, by the way. I gotta go do that later on today." This should be my SD card. Yep. That was for the Nintendo Switch.
word.
Needed a new one. I ordered it. Got another package coming in a few days. Yeah, I did like that. It made great sense for the movie where it's like, oh, well, you can't cage fight anymore because the wing is broken, and then Apocalypse like, you're a great warrior, but now you can't fight. I can give you back your fucking ability to fight. And of course, he agrees to it because that's all he lives for. So I like that Archangel.
Age of Apocalypse wasn't a bad movie. I did like it.
It had some cool stuff.
But like I said, I'm kind of done with the whole First Class thing. And
I
all
liked
that.
him finding Storm.
Huh?
I liked how he found Storm. That was cool.
Storm. Oh yeah.
I also like how they explain how because Storm is so strong, right? She can control the weapon. I like the fact that when he first meets her, she kind of can control weapon, but it's not very powerful. So she can't do crazy shit. She can kind of influence it a bit. And then he's like, I can make your power stronger. And then, when he does the whole thing to her, suddenly she's like, you're fucking goddess, like she's supposed to be. Like, oh, I can summon lightning bolts and fucking tornadoes and fucking fight typhoons and shit. Like, that's Storm. When we first see her, she's not doing that. Plus, they gave her the Mohawk, man. I love fucking Mohawk Storm, bro. I saw that and I was like, yes, we got Mohawk Storm. So awesome. And they kind of did a cool thing with her turning white when the powers get enhanced.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of cool. It's like, oh, electricity from her powers activating turns her hair white. That's awesome. I like that. I like that they got somebody who did the fucking accent. Good.
Oh, did a good accent?
Yeah.
Me and
Hines.
Barry didn't do an accent at all. So.
Hines has swore by this every time we talk about this. He says in the first X-Men movie, she's trying to do an accent. I don't remember that, but I also haven't watched that movie.
You talking about the early 2000s shit?
He says in that movie, she's trying to do an accent, and it's terrible. And I was like, bro, I literally haven't watched it.
I gotta go back and watch
because I haven't watched that song. And every time we talk about it, we never like, just whip out our phone and go watch it to go see. He's like, I swear that's what she was doing. And I was like, I'm not gonna believe you, bro. We're gonna have to watch it one day. We never do. But he's like, yeah, she's trying to do the accent in that movie. It's fucking terrible, bro. I'm like, if she was, then must have been bad because she's not doing it 2 or 3. Which I didn't mind. Yeah. She doesn't have to always have the accent. I would prefer if she does. And I liked when they brought her in the Age of Apocalypse. She had one. It was great. And like I said, Mohawk was my favorite storm, so I got to see that. So I was happy. I was like, yeah, just put her in the leather jeans and fucking leather jacket, bro, and it would be complete. That 80s punk rocker look, it was awesome, dude.
Who else did they bring in that movie?
We saw Nightcrawler again.
Yeah.
He was a total bitch.
Yeah.
Unlike Nightcrawler in X2, though, we actually get to see him fight after the first scene in the movie.
Oh, when he tries to assassinate the president?
Jesus, that
was a dope fight.
I was
exactly what I expected from a teleporter.
I was like, oh man, that's Nightcrawler. And then for the rest of the movie, I'm a pacifist. I'm not going to do anything. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, I get the whole pacifist thing, but Nightcrawler does fight people.
Yeah, he just doesn't kill them.
Exactly. But I did like in the newer movie where he's obviously not violent because he was a priest, but he does help because he wants to help his friends.
Yeah.
So he does fight. I was like, thank you. He does defend himself. Shit, he's trying to help them out. And that fight with Angel was awesome. Importing all over the fucking place. And Angel trying to get to him. That was great. I also liked Psylocke. She was cool. And she was
Olivia Munn. Mm.
So
I remember when she was just a gamer.
Who else was in that movie?
Look at you now in Hollywood.
Who else was in that movie? Mutant wise.
Game wise?
No, mutant. So the Age of Apocalypse. Quicksilver came back. We got to see Jubilee, but only in like one scene. I'm mad. We didn't get to see her Years of Powers again. We got to see Nightcrawler do some stuff. Cyclops. We got to see Phoenix.
New Cyclops, new Phoenix.
Beast. Professor X. I don't think Wolverine was in this one. No, he was not. Good shit. We need him.
I mean, didn't that come out after Wolverine though?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
he stopped doing the character.
Yeah. Which is why I was like a little against watching that movie. But then I went to watch it anyway, and I was like, okay, this is not bad. Okay.
Now I'm upset that they fucked up fucking Rise of the Phoenix again. How?
How'd they fuck up? You gotta tell me, man.
You didn't watch the Phoenix? You didn't watch the Phoenix movie?
No, I didn't.
The new one?
No.
Did you watch the old one?
The old one.
Yes.
Yes.
Did you like it? I didn't.
I mean, I'm gauging it off of unknowledgeable sources from what I know of Phoenix.
I thought it was a trash movie. I hated how they fucked up the Dark Phoenix storyline.
Which one we talking about? We talking about the old one?
Comics. Fucking.
The comic book?
That is one of the best X-Men storylines ever. So fucking good, dude.
Well, what did they fuck up? The comic book or the movie?
The movies.
Okay, that's what.
Oh my god, it's so good. The whole Professor X gets contacted from some space princess who's on the run from her fucking brother, or her brother and father who want to kill her. She contacts Professor X for help. The X-Men go to space and have adventures in space. It's fucking amazing, bro. While they're in space.
It's a little Marvel-y.
Yes, it's fucking great.
But that's not Marvel. That's Fox. You know.
I know.
You can't expect Fox to pull that off. It's Marvel to do it though.
There's so much potential, bro. And it started off great. It starts off just like the fucking comic. The X-Men are going to save these astronauts in space. There's a fucking explosion. Jean somehow survives. She gets possessed by the Phoenix. That's exactly bit for bit the same. I'm like, okay, now let's introduce everything else. Aliens, them going back out to space. Jean getting possessed by these dark.
It's too Marvel-y.
Nope. We don't get none of that. Nope. And then when we do get the aliens,
this is Fox, man. You can't expect Fox to do that, Jeff.
The fucking Dark Phoenix movie, that should have been a 2-part film. Like with fucking Infinity War and fucking Endgame. Should have been a 2-part film. We should have saw the fucking Shi'ar Empire, Era Red, Gladiator, all those fucking crazy characters, man. Dude, Dark Phoenix storyline is amazing, bro. Oh, fucking amazing. There's so many fucking characters. The Starjammers. Get to meet fucking Cyclops' father.
I thought Cyclops' father was fucking Magneto.
No, Cyclops' dad is. His parents are like world travelers, right? Him and Havoc are brothers. They get into this plane accident. Havoc and Cyclops are the only survivors, so they die. What ends up happening is his father, Corsair, survives the crash and gets taken to space. He basically gets saved by fucking aliens. And he becomes captain of this fucking like bounty hunter crew that they're like thieves and bounty hunters. They're called the Starjammers in space. So he doesn't go back to Earth after that. He just doesn't for whatever reason.
So essentially, he's an alien.
No, he's from Earth.
Oh, okay. So he is human. Then.
Yeah, he's from Earth. But he ends up having adventures in space for 20-something years. And he ends up meeting Scott at some point, and somehow he ends up learning his name. And then he's like, hold on. And then he finds out that he's his dad. And of course, Scott's not happy about that. Like, you left me alone and fucking on Earth for my entire life. Like, you... And then he finds out even further, like, you could have came back any time. You've been alive this whole time. Me and my brother I had to raise my fucking little brother by myself. We had to grow up being mutants on Earth and be persecuted.
You know who would be best?
You've been gallivanting in space with this fucking crew and this hot chick over here. You could have easily came back to Earth. What's your excuse? And of course, Corsair doesn't have one because he's kind of a piece of shit. So they don't have a good relationship.
You know who'd be best friends with Cyclops? Star-Lord.
Nah, Cyclops is too serious. He would not like
They
Star-Lord.
would have that funny relationship. Like, they hate each other, but they like each other kind of shit.
I don't think he'd like him at all. Star-Lord's kind of a lame.
I ship it.
Although, I'm gonna love Thor and Star-Lord and Asgardian of the Galaxy. That's gonna be great. You're the leader. Yeah, I'm the leader, right? Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course.
Everyone here knows who the leader is. And it's just like, very obvious he's saying himself, but he's not. It's kind of like that meme with Thor and Bruce, and he's like, I think I'm a Jedi. You're not a Jedi.
Yeah, that
That's
shit I
what
posted.
they mean. And he says all this stuff, and it's like, I had to think about it. I was like,
His last statement is Natalie Portman.
he's like, just because you have things that are similar to Star Wars doesn't make you a Jedi. But does it though? Yeah, so good. And it's from that scene where Thor's just being a troll of Bruce. But I know. Oh man, it was so
I
great.
like the route they took for. Like, they made him less fucking
Serious.
haughty and all that.
I mean, he
shit.
still
Like,
is haughty.
I mean, yeah, he is.
But he's also
he's
a troll.
fucking goofball.
He's
man.
also
like,
a-
that's
He's also a
like,
massive
you know how
troll.
many times I watched Thor Ragnarok?
So good.
Too many fucking
Jesus,
times.
that movie is amazing.
I'm surprised I haven't memorized every single line of that.
Like
I did fucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
after Dark World, Ragnarok was such a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. Because Dark World, I was like,
Very serious.
Yeah,
and
I was like-
grim and dark tone, which I didn't
I was
mind.
like, Natalie Portman, fucking her character broke up with you. Like, I mean, I get it. Yeah, you had an entity inside of you that could have literally killed you and everyone, but wouldn't that just make your bond stronger? But whatever.
It doesn't. But hey, it was a good movie though. But I was kind of like, bro, if they do another Thor movie like this, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no one's gonna like it.
And they didn't. They got the guy who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy to write fucking Thor Ragnarok.
Is that really what it was?
Yep.
No wonder.
They had him write the
No
script.
wonder it was so good.
And that's why it's so goofy. I just love
Dude.
when they play the fucking Black Sabbath song at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was great. I was like, oh, that's an excellent choice. That's an amazing song. Love Sabbath. Someone who's doing those films is a Sabbath fan because Iron Man isn't in the movies, of course, because Iron Man. And then that song, which I can't remember the fucking name, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
Someone's a Black Sabbath fan. Good choice
but-
of metal.
That's not Black Sabbath, by the way.
Isn't it?
No,
Who was
I don't
that?
think so.
Led Zeppelin?
No. Hold on. Because in Thor Ragnarok, you had,
Someone's a heavy metal fan and I fucking appreciate it. That's all I gotta say.
well, it wouldn't be classified as heavy metal. It would be classified as classic rock. It's this song, Immigrant, by Led Zeppelin.
Ah, I was right.
I was like Black Sabbath.
You're like, no, that's Sabbath. I'm like,
That's
it's
not Sabbath.
Sabbath.
Yeah. We can't play that for too long because then we'll get fucking hit.
Wow! With that copyright hammer. Real quick.
Copyright, like, dude, it was like 10 seconds.
Real quick, man. They be at it. I'll be getting claimed for shit that like people don't have claiming on. I got claims in the FF7 video from companies that have nothing to do with fucking Squaresoft. Claim this fucking song from game. What? You don't own the copyright for this? What the fuck? Dispute. If it said something with Squaresoft or one of the composers, okay, cool.
That's probably what it was.
It wasn't.
No, it
That's
wasn't?
why I was like, this isn't a composer for this game. Fuck. Sometimes we get just random claims from stuff, and it's just like, no, you don't own the copyright.
That's why I stopped with the Twitch thing, because it seemed it was more prevalent on Twitch with the copyright laws than it was on YouTube.
Honestly, the only thing you got to worry about on Twitch is stuff getting muted.
Yeah, that's my issue. That's why I stopped.
And that's just bots.
Yeah.
If you're just live streaming and you don't care about your bots, you're good.
Bots.
Like the actual videos on demand. Like if you're saving videos to keep, yeah. But if you're just streaming, that's it. You don't care about your videos getting deleted after 60 days, then feel free. You can stream as much as you want.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what I'm just saying. I don't fuck with Twitch anymore like that, because again, I got hit with more fucking the copyright and muted shit than I do on YouTube. So I just started streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, now, like I see people, they do it all the time with DJ sessions and shit. They play whatever music they want. The only thing you're gonna, like I said, the only thing you're gonna worry about is if you're trying to keep that video on Twitch.
Yeah.
If it has copyrighted music, it'll get muted. But if you're just live streaming, you're not trying to keep any videos on your Twitch channel, play whatever the fuck you want, bro. You're good. Now on YouTube, man, you gotta be careful with the copyright shit, man. I just do like 8, 9 videos the other day. Fucking disputing claims. Just like, nope, you don't own that copyright. You don't own that copyright. You don't own that copyright. Dispute. Bunch of stuff. Some stuff I'll just dispute because like somebody might like there was one song. There's a song by this chick, Shayna Dorset. It's called Daughter Comrade, and it is on YouTube. And she's publishing. Her publishing claimed a song that I played. I was like, okay, I've been known to play that song. I really like it. I go play the video. It's the same instrumental. It's a different song because the song was done by a guy who made the fucking instrumental. They rapped over it. And then the other guy. So he sold the instrumental to their publishing so she could use. So you hear like the main fucking melody for the song at the beginning before they start rapping. And they claimed it. I was like, fuck that. I'm disputing that claim. This ain't even the same fucking song. No.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, if it was the audio clip of just that intro, I would have been like, okay, cool. I wouldn't have disputed it. But the time they used for the clip to dispute was the entire fucking song.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is obviously not Daughter Karma. It's Zombies Ate My Neighbors by Megaran and Richie Prince. I'm disputing this. Now, one of them motherfuckers fucking copyright claims my shit? Alright, cool. But her publishing? No. Just because it's the same instrumental. And
that was like, I found out that Trey Songz took a song from an actual Japanese composer named Ryuichi Sakamoto.
Yeah.
And how I found this out was I was doing my typical Instagram feed shit where I'm like driving my forklift or some shit. Yeah, I'm bumping it. And I tried to post it on Instagram and it's like copyright. I'm like, what? Fucking look it up. I'm like, oops, Japanese composer. And I'm like,
it's a Trey Songz song.
Yeah. So I fucking researched into it. And yeah, it's called Bibi no Eozan
or something like that, and it's like literally take away the drum kit, take away the fucking effects, take away the fucking singer. It's the same fucking song. I'm like,
And that's the same thing with this song.
and I'm like,
with the original instrumental for that song, it's basically the whole song.
yeah,
On her version, there's some other added things to the instrumental. Kind of, it's mixed down better as well, right? So, because in fact, that song never got officially released. It's only on YouTube. Like when Mega Ran actually put it out on his album, it was a remix on by a different producer. So I'm thinking that they had the original beat and everything done. The beat got sold, and then they just were like, "Well, we're just gonna leave it on YouTube." And it's not even on Mega Ran's YouTube; it's on Richie's. So the song never got officially released on anything else. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm not letting y'all claim this." The only copyright claims I haven't disputed are like the stuff from Logic's fucking publishing, because I've gotten claimed for some of his songs. Like 3 or 4 of my videos, his publishing claim.
yeah, but isn't it easy just to?
I mean, I could
it?
easily be like, "Hey, Logic, could you give me some email thing," and then I could send it to YouTube and then let them know I have permission to use his music. Yes, I'm not going to do it because I don't monetize my videos anyway.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'll dispute stuff because I don't want to get muted or fucking the video get blocked. With those weren't blocked. I'm not going to worry about it because it's my boy, and if I were monetizing the videos, I'd want him to get paid. You can't see my stream. Are you watching it on Twitch? Let me see what's going on. It might be acting funky. Twitch has been acting funky recently. So let me see real quick. Because it looks like you're watching on Twitch. Yep, Twitch is acting funky. Yeah, I can't watch it on Twitch either. And it says on live, that's the crazy part. Yep, it's working fine on YouTube, and I know it's working fine on Mixer because I was watching it on there earlier. Okay.
Another reason why I stopped doing Twitch.
They've been having problems recently. Well, YouTube was having problems about 3 or 4 days ago.
Really?
You couldn't even access the website.
I didn't have any problems.
Yeah, that happened a few days ago. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I mean, I could probably start and stop the stream, but I don't want to do that because we're recording and it's about to be done. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. I think it's getting close to wrap up time. That's really weird. Well, Toby always watches me on YouTube. Logic watches me on YouTube. Okay, guys. Well, we're probably gonna wrap up. Okay, so we're gonna end here. We're gonna pull up our ending screen here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. But this is about almost 3 hours. About 2:45. And I'm gonna leave you guys with some tunes, man. So thanks for hanging out with us. See you guys later.